All right. What is going on, everybody? And welcome on back for another brand new episode of the Cinema Lords podcast, episode number 18. And I am very excited for today's show. I've been excited all day for a few different reasons. First and foremost, I had an absolutely abysmal weekend that really just sucked like my will to live right out of me. Just right out of me. Real depressing.
Portuguese broke his heart.
Yeah. And then Tom, and then it was the bookie. It was a lot. Ooh. So I'm happy to just be able to come in here with you guys and just chop it up with my boys about some stuff that actually I enjoyed and I did like. That's I'm gonna turn my mood right around. Get a little bit of therapy. So first, I'm excited for my mental health, basically. Second of all, I'm excited because we have some recognizable faces and voices tonight that you guys have all heard and seen before. We've never had this trio together before, which excites me. A new team in the building tonight. I'm excited for that. For those of you guys watching on YouTube, you can see the third reason I'm excited. We got the return of Ledoux tonight.
I'm back, baby.
That's
good
right.
to be back. Feels good. It's been a while.
It's been a while. Been a couple, almost 2 months, I think, since the last time we had him on. And then the last reason I'm excited is because this is the last show before a little bit of a break for us. This is going to be our last regular weekly episode. Next week, we will be doing an episode that's going to be our Christmas episode. So that one's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be more like our Halloween episode. It's not going to be like what we do week to week. And then the week after that is the holiday season in between Christmas and New Year's. So I think we're going to be taking that week off. Just kind of recharge the batteries and stuff, and then come to you guys clean 2023 with a fresh show. And, nice little bit of energy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to a little bit of time off. I mean, unless something crazy happens, maybe we'll pop in here for 20 or 30 minutes to talk about it. If something absolutely outrageous happens in the world, then maybe
some
we'll
breaking
come in.
news.
Maybe we'll pop in. But otherwise, I think we're going to be on a nice little hiatus aside from the Christmas show. So I'm excited for a little break. But tonight we have a big show for you guys. Before we get to that break, we have a lot to dive into. As always, we are going to be continuing our conversations that we've been having the last few weeks about 1899 and White Lotus. I wrapped up 1899. Luke did a couple weeks ago, but he's been waiting on me. I finished that up, so we have a lot to dive into on that. White Lotus Season 2 wrapped up, so we got a lot to dive into on that. Like I said at the beginning, we got Ledoux back, so there's a lot to catch up with on him. Couple trailers, and then we also, all three of us, checked out Amsterdam, which was on HBO. We all checked that out this weekend, so that's how we're going to be kind of finishing off the show tonight, is with a nice little Amsterdam review. Before we start diving through topics, though, on the ones and twos, you guys know him very well at this point. He's been my partner in crime now for the last 5, 6, maybe 7 weeks in a row. The aficionado of Westeros, Mr. Lukey Klein, and baby, what's going on, pal?
Doing well. I do love that that's my official title. I don't think I've addressed that yet, but I appreciate the love and the
it just rolls
endorsement.
Off the tongue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Aficionado of Westeros.
Yeah, I think it feels official. Appreciate it. But yeah, it's gonna be a great show. Pumped to have Ledoux here. Our boy Seth is on a cruise right now, killing
Seth
it.
and Los.
And Los. I know, the whole team. Thanks for the invite, boys. Just kidding, they did invite us. But I hope they're having a good time and listening to us in the morning here. And excited to get into some good stuff here with Ledoux. Thanks for having me again, as always.
Oh, of course. And then, like I said, my co-host for this evening, the first time he's been back here in a while, Mr. Ledoux. What's going on, pal? How we doing?
Good to be back. It's been a while.
It sure has. We have a lot to catch up on. Luke, if you don't mind, just scroll down a little bit on those levels there, because that one's, I know, frozen for some reason, but the other ones are jumping. All right, I'm just gonna trust it because it was recording earlier. I think there's just some kind of malfunction that keeps happening, but I think we're all set.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, I don't know what we should do. It's a tough call. Click that little settings cog right to the, right there. Hit properties. Be a real shame not to do that intro again. Microphone, Yeti. No, that should be good. Whose mic is that, though?
Check.
It's against Ledoux's mic.
Probably Ledoux.
My mic?
Yeah. Just click that, click this right here.
It's weird that it's stuck at like a mid-range instead of at 0.
Yeah, no, his mic seems like it's frozen actually. Luke, if you don't mind, right where your right foot is.
Yeah.
The top wire, the top one.
There's,
Yep, right there. Unplug that.
The one that's leading out to you, or the one that's
Leading towards Ledoux.
Yeah.
Unplug that. Plug it back in.
All right.
Bring that level back up.
It's moving, baby.
Alright. Let's just keep an eye on that. Little malfunction there. Let's just reintroduce my co-host this evening, like I said. If you guys haven't heard him yet this evening, because we had a little slight malfunction there. You guys might not have seen him for a while. First time on the show in a couple months, Mr. Ledoux. Ledoux, what's going on, bud?
What's going on? It's good to be back. Good to be back. Take two.
Slight malfunction. Yeah, slight malfunction. It's the first. We've had very, very few hiccups with this show goes, so I can't ever get too stressed out when things go awry at this point. I kind of just try to roll into it, and it seems like we're already good. So
Work on your editing now. See if we can chop up the video.
You know what, Luke? You might not be wrong. That might be the time for me to start elevating my skills in that level. It's a good call. This is why, I had a partner originally that was supposed to be more tech savvy than I was. I was supposed to be the talker, and I was supposed to have a tech guy. And I'm not going to point any fingers, but we know who I'm talking about. We could have used you sometimes. But Ledoux, it's been a while. We were with you very regularly when we were doing the House of the Dragon and the Rings of Power and even some She-Hulk as well. But now it's been a little bit since we talked to you, so we have a lot to get into with you.
I know. You guys have been busy over here. I've been busy too, though. I almost got banned.
You did. Actually, we're going to get into that because me and you have been talking about how we're going to work you into the show again now that the shows have ended, and I think we found our niche. Yep. So
stuff I haven't seen.
Yeah, classics. We're going to be a new segment we're going to be getting into tonight. Classics we'll do, I think. Before we start diving into topics, I want to kind of just start off real quick with a couple of things that I've been doing regularly. First off, we are still on the race to 100 YouTube subscribers. So if you are someone that listens on Spotify or iTunes, or if you are on YouTube and you're watching us and you haven't taken the time to make an account, or you haven't taken the time to just go and smash the subscribe button right below us right here, right now, all you have to do is hit that button. That's it. No questions asked. You're instantly entered into our giveaway contest. The first 100 YouTube subscribers to our channel going to be entered into a nice little raffle, and the winner's going to be getting a $40 AMC gift card, courtesy of me, courtesy of the show, just because you guys are listening. So it's the easiest thing that you can ever do. Consider it a Christmas gift to me at this point. It's that easy. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get those numbers up, because that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to get the show bigger. We've been doing it for a while now, and it's time to start seeing some growth, because I think we're doing a good thing here. I keep getting feedback from people, and they keep saying good things. I want this show to grow. You know what I'm saying? We're putting in a lot of work here. It's time to get this show rolling. You know what I'm saying? So if you haven't already, please go do that. Like I said, 100 subscribers on the YouTube page, $40 AMC gift card, easy peasy. The second thing I wanted to mention, 25 Days of Christmas, still on the way. If you go to our social media channels, if you're looking for a holiday movie to check in on this year, if you don't know what to watch, you're looking for something new, go to the social channels, 25 Days of Christmas. I started off good last week, Luke. I mentioned it to you guys last week. I was doing so good. I fell off this week. I don't know if it was the depression from the weekend or what, but boy, I fell off. I only got one of the movies in this week, not even on the right day.
I mean, that is a lot of Christmas.
It is a lot of Christmas.
Yeah, every day.
I guarantee you, though, I'm going to mention it next week when we come in here for this for the Christmas show, and I'm going to, at that point, because I think we're going to record later in the week as well. I was thinking maybe we'll talk to you, but we're also going to be having a new guest for that Christmas show, which is part of the announcements as well. I want to talk about the Christmas show a little bit next week. Number one, it's going to be recorded a little bit later in the week than normal. Normally we record on Tuesdays, upload on Wednesdays. I'm thinking, if all parties are cool with it, record on Thursday, upload on Friday morning. That way, I feel that's probably going to be an easy day for everybody at work. You know what I mean? They can throw that shit on. Then you got the holiday weekend. People have plenty of free time on Saturday morning, probably wrapping gifts on Christmas Eve and stuff like that. Good time for them to toss it on. You know what I mean?
Perfect.
And then the second thing I wanted to mention is we got a new face coming to the podcast for the Christmas show. Might be someone that you guys have recognized. Might be a new face for some of you guys, but definitely new to the show in general. I'm very excited for that. It's gonna be me, Lukey, and a nice new fresh face for you guys for our Christmas show. Luke, I'm excited. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm excited for this Christmas show. I think it's gonna be a good time.
Are you keeping it a secret? Are you
I'm gonna
holding back the name?
The name we're gonna keep a secret until the show time.
Keep it a secret.
Yeah.
I was ready to give a shout out, but I'll
Mystery guest.
hold it back.
Mystery guest. That's right. Yeah, mystery guest. But excited to get some fresh blood in here. Like I said, I was excited to get a new team of guys in here. We tried to do this show once before. I think was it Luke? You got sick, right?
Yeah, I missed one round.
There we go.
Yep.
That's what it was. But yeah, we've tried to get this team together before, and we're finally doing it tonight. But like I said, 25 Days of Christmas. Go check that out on our social channels if you're looking for a movie to watch. Christmas show next week. Probably be on the lookout for it Friday morning. Got to talk to our third party, but as long as he's good, Steph's going to be our producer again for that night, and we're going to have a nice, fun Christmas show for you guys. I think it's going to be a real good time. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, producer Steph too. Don't sleep on that. That's another big feature. Feature.
She did a great time. She did a great job last time.
I agree.
Strict friggin' rules. I was already saying strict friggin' rules in the doors. The cats will not be allowed in after the catastrophe. That was almost a Halloween show and almost losing our entire show because the cats hit the power switch.
Yeah.
That will not be happening again. They will be outside.
One more try maybe down the road.
My God, man. What a attack that was. I can't handle that. Not at Christmas.
It's saved.
Thank God. But let's get into our topics. Let's start off with our co-host here this evening, Ledoux. We haven't seen him in a while. But like I mentioned earlier, the last time that we talked to you was very regularly. We were, diving through all these Rings of Power and House of the Dragon recaps.
No.
I know that they ended a couple months ago now, but just kind of give me your thoughts as far as, Rings of Power, House of the Dragon. Did you like the finales? Did you like how they ended? How do you feel? Maybe how they ranked up against one another? Did you prefer one to the other? What do you?
So personally for me, I liked Rings of Power better. Okay. I don't know if it was just because I love Lord of the Rings. That's they haven't really put anything out content wise in a long time. So Rings of Power. Yeah, the Hobbit movies do not measure up to the original trilogy. But no, I liked it. I liked the finale a lot. Rings of Power. I thought the finale was excellent. I thought the season overall wasn't perfect, but I liked how they wrapped it up. So I'm definitely looking forward to that coming out. What's that? The next year?
Yeah, they already. I know it's going to be ahead of House of the Dragon for sure.
Really? Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. I mean, it makes sense.
Rings of Power 2 way before House of the Dragon.
Okay.
My personal thoughts, but I feel pretty confident in that.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's good to hear because I think I'm looking forward to that a little bit more than I am House of Dragon. House of Dragon, I liked it. I thought the final episode, the finale, was good, wasn't great. I thought it was more of just like another episode almost. Hard to agree. There wasn't anything like crazy about it. I don't know if the shine of Game of Thrones is worn off for me a little bit.
Okay.
I don't want to say the shine, I guess, but it's just Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power was just like a little switch up that I felt like I kind of needed. We've kind of done the Game of Thrones thing. I still think it's an excellent show. But Rings of Power, I thought overall, I enjoyed that season more than I did House of Dragon, and definitely the finale. Rings of Power, I thought they knocked it out of the park. So.
I think with the majority of the show, I think for the most part that's what we were kind of saying. We all said that we enjoyed Rings as well. I mean, when push comes to shove, I think Luke, what did you end up going with Dragons?
Yeah, I picked House of the Dragon because I was a little more lenient on the week finale. But it's a fair point. But I just kind of, like you guys know, I've read the book, so I know where it's heading. So it's I'm less worried about that. So I'm more excited for what's to come than
that's a good point.
Thinking they're letting me down.
It's a good point.
But no, both were awesome. I loved Rings of Power as well.
Yeah.
I thought Rings did a great job. I really did. I was very, very. I think I said it to you a couple times, but I was wildly impressed with your knowledge as far as Lord of the Rings and all of that knowledge goes. There was a couple times where you dropped stuff, and I was like, "Oh shit, I didn't realize."
YouTube Academy.
YouTube Academy.
That's it.
Get your notebook out, scribbling down the notes,
writing it down. But no, I thought Rings of Power was excellent. I thought, like I said, House of Dragons had a good season. I think Luke's right. I think there's a lot more to come. I think season 1 for that show was setting up a lot of things. But I think you could say the same thing about Rings of Power. Obviously, there's a couple things that are going to be happening in season 2. So, overall,
How did you feel about we went back and forth a few times on Hallbrand. How did you feel about the reveal finally? Hallbrand.
I liked it. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Back and forth.
Yeah, we thought he wasn't, and then that. I mean, obviously you could start telling like as the episode was.
They did a good job with it.
I agree. Yeah,
I think us going back and forth is actually proof of that.
Right. Yeah, that we were questioning it. Like, there's no way. I think after one of the episodes, I came in and we were both like, yeah, there's no way this is him. But no, I thought it was good the way they did it. I liked how they kind of finally revealed him. I'm hoping though, I think we were talking about this, that he's not like one of those kind of like the half and like I want like an evil Sauron.
Full blown.
Yeah, I just gotcha. No
and real like anti-hero shit, you know.
Yeah, no like
for him.
Exactly. I don't want any of that, and hopefully they don't do that. We'll see what happens, but I liked how they revealed them. I thought that was interesting.
The other big reveal was again another thing that we had up in the air a few times. I was hoping that it was going to be Saruman.
Oh yeah.
But we found out that the trap was it the trap, not the traveler.
The
stranger.
Media Man. There you go.
Media Man. That's it.
Gandalf ends up being, Gandalf the Grey, Gandalf the White.
Yeah, I don't think they've confirmed it yet, but I mean, I don't think there's any way they can make that another character. Money wise, marketing wise, I think that's
always follow your nose.
Exactly. A couple cues to the original trilogy, so I think that's probably Gandalf. I'm excited. I'm happy about that too.
That like specific little nod to the audience, I actually loved that because I thought it was a great scene with him and Nori when she decides to leave the tribe, kind of to go with him.
Yes,
and then he's literally just like, all right, we're heading to I can't think of the name of the land that they head into. There was a Lore.
There's no way I can remember
now. But they're traveling to that land. Basically, they say that's where you're gonna get all your knowledge and shit. And he's like, all right, where are we gonna go? And she's like, I have no idea. And he's just like, that way. And she's like, you sure? He's like, you always follow your nose.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a Leonardo DiCaprio gift. Big time right there.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Big time.
But yeah, I thought that was excellent how they did that, and I think that's a good little storyline in and of itself. A little background as to why he's so, friendly, I guess, to hobbits.
With the hobbits, yeah, for sure.
Relationship with them. So, like I said, I enjoyed both seasons, both shows. I liked Rings of Power a little bit more, but
I did too.
Both definitely worth the watch.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought it just had more meat on the bone. I think that's the best way that I could describe it. They both did. I think Game of Thrones is known for their storytelling, so I would say the actual storytelling in Thrones was a little bit crisper and a little bit cleaner and stuff like that. But I feel like just as far as all around everything that it had, both shows looked really great and stuff like that. I think there was just a little bit more of that meat on the bone, like I said, for the Rings of Power.
Yeah, I agree.
A few more scenes that got my heart racing.
Rings of Power had those, like, there were a couple janky scenes, and there were just some weird things they did throughout the season. But like you said, I think overall there was just more meat, a little more bang to their buck, So, I'm excited for both.
Yeah. Galadriel was fucking awesome.
Yeah, she was awesome.
Like a character, like we talk about, we're all huge fans of the Lord of the Rings series. Like a character that is a total second thought, like an afterthought.
Yeah, in the original trilogy, exactly.
And now we see her; she's front page, she's a headliner, and she's awesome. She kicks ass.
She does. She's excellent. Queen Regent too. I thought the Queen Regent.
From,
I thought she
Norman.
was. I thought she played
2 months after it. I still got it. I'm just bang, baby.
Good
pull. Locked
in. Way better than 2 weeks ago.
Man. But no, I thought all the casting I think was pretty good. I guess they changed a couple actors for season 2. I thought I saw the other evil guy there. I forget his name already.
From this show?
Yeah,
the guy from Normia. The guy who was like the political guy.
No, the guy that they thought was Sauron at first. He says,
the elven guy.
The elven guy. I can't think of his name.
Ooh, I can't think of
Adar.
Let's go, baby! Come on
locked
now.
In. He's locked in.
Put it on board, baby. I'm here to go. It's ready. I'm ready.
I heard they changed that actor, but I haven't read or seen anything on it, so we'll have to see. But I thought both were excellent. So looking forward to season 2.
Yeah, I am too. We're definitely going to be breaking those down eventually. Yeah, long live this show, the Cinema Lords.
Yeah. I had a question to run by you.
What do you got for me?
Just thinking about how it's kind of weird that a lot of the bad reviews almost have come from some of the biggest Tolkien fans. It seems like I don't know if you've come across that stuff, but people who are mad about what they did with the story, I don't know, according to
I'll go after Ledoux, but I
Silmarillion.
have tad into this.
I don't know if you came across that or if you took any of it personally. Like I know Gandalf technically isn't supposed to be around then. Like that doesn't make sense with the lore. And then I guess they changed Galadriel's character a lot from what she was like during that time, I guess.
Yeah.
Things that I personally don't care about, but I wasn't sure if it bothered you at all.
Yeah, no, it definitely, I'm pretty open to, however you want to tell the story as long as it's a good story. So there was nothing that I saw some things like you were saying, I guess Tolkien wasn't a huge fan. Like he never really talked about blood or anything. And like, I don't think there's really too much blood in Lord of the Rings as far as I can remember. But
just like the black orc blood.
Yeah, there's a lot of like stabbing in this. It was pretty gory in this show. And I saw some people like complaining about that.
That's
but
true.
nothing that I really like. I would prefer to see Gandalf than some random blue wizard. You know what I mean? Just
Same.
Just characters. I guess I've got a little more skin in the game for me than just some random new story. It's a new story in and of itself, so I'm enjoying that. And they're also, I'm a sucker for fan callbacks. So,
Yeah.
if you're gonna give that to me,
especially if they actually make sense.
Yeah, and they do it well.
Yeah, no, they have. They absolutely have.
So I'm a sucker for that.
There was no fan service in this show that didn't make, and Rings of Power that didn't make sense.
Right. I know some people, like Luke was saying, some of the lore, like the actual way the books are written, like how I think you were saying the Silmarillion, or what's the metal? See, I can't think of anything now. The
Mithril.
The Mithril. I think that story about the Balrog striking the elf on top of that mountain and it shoots in. I think that's not real in the Tolkien lore.
Oh, yeah, I guess
so. So like I know people were like super upset about that, but it's just I don't care. It's a cool little story. It's a good way to, I think, at least tell the story, I guess, whether it's true or not. I think that's a good way to sort of film it and put it in a show rather than you're gonna get super technical and stick to the script. So
I think from everything that I've gathered, I've read the original Lord of the Rings trilogy. I've spent too many hours on Reddit, and I spent too much just time on general social media. The Tolkien heads they're just one of those fan bases. They're like a lot of the majority of the Star Wars.
Yeah, the Star
They're
Wars.
unpleasable people.
Right. Yeah.
Like they want like a carbon fucking fiber copy of what they've expected.
Was written. Yeah.
And it's just something that's just unrealistic because at that point, you're, like these people, there's no you have to give these people some creative freedom to. They're using lore with their own ability to tell stories, and they're intertwining to create a new story. Basically, you know what I'm saying? So I think they're just an unpleasable.
It's a made-up story. You know what I'm saying? It's a made-up story. Yeah. So I
saw this. One of the things I saw that Luke mentioned was the Galadriel thing. I saw people complaining about basically they said that Galadriel's character never be driven on revenge and vengeance and stuff like that. Right. And I'm like, okay. While it did seem like that, and maybe the first even like 6 episodes, by the end of it, she was already kind of coming full circle through all of that and turning into the character that we know.
Right.
So it's just like, why don't you guys just have like the tiniest bit of patience?
Exactly.
Maybe we'll get there and we'll see exactly what you want to see. Like maybe there's just a little bit more story to be told than what you guys are talking about. And in the meantime, while she's not the character that you think she's supposed to be, she's still being a badass.
Right.
She had plenty of scenes that were awesome and totally likable, and it's just like, all right, maybe she's not exactly how I want her to be.
Right.
Even though eventually she might become it, she's still cool in her own right now.
Yeah.
They can't, like, their brains can't facilitate all that.
Well, and I think that makes it a little more relatable to people too. Like, you know,
Ledoux, at the same time, while I just said all of that, I hate to be a hypocrite. I was also the same person that at I think I was probably 17 years old. I came home after the midnight showing of the Half-Blood Prince for Harry Potter. And I was up till 5 in the morning on the message boards, just screaming at people about how bad of a movie it was. Now I watch it all the time because I've just adapted.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh my God, man. Let me tell you, there was a point there that night where I was just like, they took out the whole book and they threw it in the trash. This movie's terrible. The fact that you liked it makes it dumb. I was losing my mind. I was up till 5 in the morning, just pounding away on my keyboard.
Doesn't seem like you, to be honest.
Oh, man. Oh, my God. My favorite book turned into a movie, and at the first time I hated it. Now I love it, actually. Now I watch it, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I know it's not what I want it to be, but I get too close to something.
It's a long book.
Kind of what I was saying last week with The Last of Us. I hope I'm not too close to it. That's what I'm just praying for. I don't want to be too close to it. I don't want to be too close.
Fair. Yeah, Game of Thrones hurt once they stopped following or the stuff they changed.
Yeah.
But And they changed some stuff in House of the Dragon too. They changed ages and timelines and.
They gotta.
Yep.
A little creative freedom. It's liberty.
That's how you got to do it. Like you said, it's more about the show than like honoring the source material.
Book is one way of telling a story. You got someone else making a show or a movie and telling it their way.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
exactly. Exactly. And we hire these guys for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But from there, let's go to one of the next things that I was kind of talking to you about that I hinted at a little bit earlier. Now that these shows have wrapped up, we were trying to, me and you were talking. We were like, I love having you on the show. You love being on the show.
Love it.
So we were kind of like, all right, what are we going to do? What are we going to talk about? Throwing ideas back and forth off the wall. And it turns out, we found out when we talked about Top Gun Maverick that you'd never seen the original Top Gun. So that was just one classic.
Haven't.
I thought that
still
was
on
just,
my list.
I thought that was just one, I thought that was just
that.
one shooting star. I was like, all right, he's never seen Top Gun. No big deal. Turns out that you have not seen a lot of straight up cinema classics.
I've got some work to do for sure. I've been working though. You can't say I haven't been.
You absolutely
I've been
have. It seems like you've missed out on a lot. I was talking to a buddy of ours, SD.
Yeah.
He was the one that told me about Scarface, The Godfather, Goodfellas.
I've seen Scarface.
All right.
Scarface, I've seen.
All right,
I've seen Scarface. I would like the record to show that, please.
Fair enough.
Scarface.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, but Goodfellas, I hadn't watched. I haven't seen the two Godfathers yet. I hadn't seen Taxi Driver.
I love how you say the two Godfathers because you can
Okay.
skip that.
Yeah.
You can absolutely skip that.
That's what I've heard.
You
So
don't need to
know,
go into that.
it's perfect. But yeah, so I ended up taking care of that though. We switched that. There's someone else out there who hadn't seen Goodfellas either, but they were keeping it on the law. I'm not gonna expose anyone,
God.
but yeah.
Wow.
But
One of the
they got it done
most
too though.
movies of all time.
Oh,
One of
it
the
was-
most quotable movies of all time.
It was incredible. That's how I spent the latter half of my day on Thanksgiving. Went to Thanksgiving dinner, went home, watched Goodfellas. Oh,
Perfect.
just
Put it on the list for
You
Thanksgiving
know, that
movies.
does in a way
Yeah.
feel like, I don't know why, but that does have like in a way a Thanksgiving vibe to me. Like,
family.
saying that sounds like a great Thanksgiving.
it's the lights in the club they're in. That's what it is.
Maybe.
Those red lights. I don't know.
Maybe. But yes, so you checked out a couple of classics, which I think we're going to do. I think we're going to dive into, not too much in depth, but we're going to talk about a little bit, a couple of movie classics. You
Yep.
checked out Taxi Driver. We'll start there.
Taxi Driver.
Taxi Driver, 1976. Martin Scorsese directed. Second project that him and De Niro have done, which ends up going on to be a long relationship. First one was Mean Streets, 1973. This is the second project that they did together. And, I mean, this is De Niro dealing. De Niro
I was just about to
fucking
say.
dealing in this movie.
Yeah, so Seth had said, you got to watch both these movies, obviously. I watched Goodfellas first, and then I watched Taxi Driver. Taxi Driver was a completely different vibe. Different vibe. But it's Scorsese's he's just on another level.
He is.
He's on another level. The shots of just him cruising through the streets, like going down, just filming the sidewalk, filming everybody on the sidewalk, like the nightlife, and
Head of
just,
the game.
Yeah, exactly. He's just, it was that
Making the city come to life.
Making
Making the
perfect.
city like a character, basically.
Exactly. Yeah, I really enjoyed Taxi Driver. Definitely a little bit of a different vibe though than Goodfellas for sure.
Definitely.
I think me and my other buddy Sethy D were talking just how that, like, the build up throughout that whole movie, where you can feel it. It's like it's just building and building and building, and then at the end, it was just, I enjoyed it a lot. I was happy I finally got around to watching it. So
Yeah.
De Niro crushes it. Scorsese's just like you said, he's dealing. He's on another level. So
This is one of my favorite De Niro roles because this one's a little bit different for him. While he's still at the end of it, he does become like the typical badass De Niro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a part in the beginning and the whole kind of middle where he's building to almost being the typical De Niro. You know what I mean? Almost like an introvert a little bit. He's a little bit unhinged. You find out, he's a Marine and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they don't go too much into it, so you don't know if it's like a PTSD thing. But he's an insomniac. He's got some issues.
yeah, you can feel it. Like it's like an anxiety just building up throughout the whole movie, and he's just working out, just like thinking the craziest things are gonna lead him to where he wants to go, and just slowly but surely, he just starts building up, and then Yeah, it was an intense movie for sure.
Goes full blown like Watchmen vigilante superhero type.
Yeah.
Fucking shaves, grabs all the gats, fucking. Which the buying the gun scene is awesome. I love that scene. Guy's just going through all the guns and he just keeps grabbing them and just putting them down in the briefcase. Like, yep.
Yeah, I'll take this. I'll take that.
Yep.
The Magnum.
Yep.
That was a crazy scene too, where I think he picks up like a midget or something. Is that guy a midget?
Oh, the guy that wants to kill his wife?
Yeah.
He's not a midget. He's just a fucking lunatic.
Wicked. I thought he, for some reason, maybe it was just like how they were shooting it, but he looks super short.
Oh,
Nothing
yeah, he
against
might have.
midgets or
Yeah,
anything, but-
There was a lot of talks of that. So, yeah.
Yeah, he
I
just
don't think
like.
he wasn't like, he might have just been a real short dude.
All right, so fair enough. And again, nothing against midgets, but I just, for some reason, that caught my eye. But yeah, that scene was like crazy intense too, where he's just sitting there. And De Niro really doesn't like, when he's in the cab, he barely talks. So
Yeah.
You know what I'm
the guy
saying?
keeps asking him questions over and over. Like, you don't have to answer.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to. He's asking, I'm gonna kill my wife. Have you ever seen? He just says some crazy.
What do you think of
things.
me? What do you think of me?
Yeah.
You don't have to answer. It's
Yeah.
fucking nuts.
But no, it was. I thought it was an excellent movie. I enjoyed it. De Niro kills it.
Yep.
Scorsese kills it.
I'm glad that you mentioned this because I had seen it. I've only seen this movie one time before, and it was, I don't know, it was in my phase where I was burning through oldies. So I was probably like 19, 20, something like that. So now it's been
so it's been a
9,
little
almost
bit.
10 years. So I
Yeah.
hadn't seen it in grip. And I watched it literally today. I watched it, right before you guys pretty much showed up, and it was the first time I dove into it. I was like, a lot of things I take away from this now that I didn't take away from it the first time.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go back and watch it. Because I'm obviously, trying to pick up on every little thing that I can when I'm watching for the first time.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
It's been recommended, but yeah, you do pick up on a lot of stuff, and I feel like you just pick up on his energy, like that.
Definitely,
that
yeah.
energy that he's got, not sleeping, driving around, and
Yeah. Talking about just his days, his weeks, 7 hours, 6. Sometimes he was like 6 days, 6 days, sometimes 7 days, 12-hour shifts, sometimes 14-hour shifts. Just
working the night, going to they're always like the taxi drivers. Oh, you go down there.
I'll go
I'll
anywhere.
drive anybody. Yeah, I'll pick up anybody.
One of the things that I took away from in the second showing that I didn't, take away from the first time was that. So Jodie Foster's character, which Jodie Foster is going to, go on to be a huge actress. Mm-hmm. She plays a 12 and a half. They say she's 12 and a half years old in the movie. She's 12 and a half years old, they say. And she's a prostitute.
Yep.
And I'm just like, huh? Like, this is absolutely, utterly, like, gross, insane, just like beyond my brain can even comprehend. And I'm looking at Jodie Foster and I'm like, all right, well, obviously she's not like 12 and a half in the movie. So I pull out my phone, go to the little Google machine. Jodie Foster was 14 in this movie. I was like, huh?
That's pretty wild. Because
I was like, she doesn't even that. I was like, that's still young.
Like
I was
18,
no way.
yeah. 18 or 20 when.
That's what I was thinking.
You I don't know if you tweeted something, but it was or I might have looked it up on Wikipedia or something, just reading up on the taxi driver thing, and it was like, oh, it's a 12 and a half year old prostitute, and I was like, oh,
yeah.
Like I was thinking she's like 18, 20.
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
At least in the movie. So yeah, it's a little wild.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah. 12. And she plays a 12 and a half year old girl in the movie, and she's 14 at the time, and I was like, holy shit. And obviously, because like I said, the movie comes out in 1976, I wasn't familiar with all of the. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm pretty good with my Oscars history and stuff like that. But she was actually nominated for a supporting actress role in this movie.
Really?
I was just like, damn, like supporting actress at the Oscars nomination. She didn't win.
14
But
years old.
14 years old.
That's
I'm like,
wild.
that's fucking incredible. Obviously, is what projected her career into what it eventually became. But that's just crazy to me. And then even De Niro, I was just thinking like, this guy, man, I want to know what De Niro like looked like when he was like 16, because I bet he looked 30.
Right.
And this movie, I looked it up. So in the movie, he's supposed to be 26. He at one point says he's like, I'm 26 years old, and he's 31 when the movie was filmed. I'm like, dude, you are the oldest 31-year-old looking dude I've ever seen. I don't know if it's because it's the 70s and maybe people aged a little bit worse and we got all this Botox and shit today. But I'm like, dude, you are the oldest looking 31-year-old on the planet. You look better now than you did at 30, bro.
I was gonna say he looked like mid-30s in the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I saw him, I'd be like,
least.
yeah, mid. That guy's in like
Yeah, I would have said mid to late 30s.
Yeah, mid
what
to
I would
late
say.
30s. Yeah.
Once he started getting paid, then he stopped aging. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
That
Money
all
will do that to you.
Cosmetology God is coming around, all that.
Pulls a Tom Brady.
And then the other thing, which is now it's because I'm a show that I'm such a huge fan of. I'm not sure if either of you guys have even seen it though. So this reference might go complete. You guys ever seen You on Netflix?
No.
No?
I haven't seen it.
So-
Heard of it.
As I was, this is a show that I watch all the time. It's just I've seen it now like a bunch of times. So it's one of my feel good show kind of things. But the main character monologues like the entire time, just like De Niro does in this movie.
Yeah.
So not only like does that instantly like draw a little connection in my head, but there's a couple scenes where De Niro starts talking to himself mid monologue, just like the main character does in this show. Like for instance, right after he meets his love interest for the first time, was it Betsy?
Yep.
After he meets her for the first time, he's doing one of those little monologues, and he goes to say, you know, whatever. I met her for the first time. I ordered this, she ordered that, and then he goes, Betsy, and he pauses, and then he goes, Betsy, fuck, I forgot to get her last name. Like, I gotta stop forgetting to do that.
Yeah,
and then continues on with the monologue.
Yep.
I was like, oh man, like that is. Like he does that in the You Show
Okay.
all the time.
Yeah,
it's almost like he's simultaneously talking to the audience and us
And himself.
and himself at
Yeah.
the same time.
Well, De Niro's like journaling a lot in that, so it's like that's sort of how I just like that's what he's doing. He's just journaling, you know?
Just that connection was heavy, and then obviously just De Niro actually he's in the You Show, the main character like just stalks girls the entire show basically. But De Niro obviously does a lot of stalking of girls too. So there's a few little calls here that you definitely stole from this that I like.
Yeah, that's
I didn't realize it now. You know what I'm saying? In hindsight and all that.
Yeah, I picked up on it the second time watching it, and now that you've seen You. Yeah.
I'm like, there's definitely some shout outs to Taxi Driver.
Yeah, I like
in the
that
show
though.
that I didn't pick up on until now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I like when people do
I'm glad
that.
that I watched it again because man, like I said, De Niro's dealing in that movie.
Different
role
De
for
Niro
him. I
and
liked him a lot.
Scorsese. Just like the first scene where he's in the taxi cab and he's going down the street and he's talking about working overnight and they're filming like all the people that are outside the clubs.
All the animals come out.
Yeah, all the animals come out at night. It was just like Scorsese's. This is chef's kiss right there from Scorsese. So
to be like I said, the second part of a long relationship. These two guys are going to do a lot of work together, a lot of great work together. Which brings us to our next topic. Like we mentioned a couple times, Goodfellas. 1990 again, Martin Scorsese, Ray Liotta, Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci. I mean, pretty much the ultimate mobster film. I mean, it really is. As much as I love The Godfather and The Godfather 2, it's a different side of life than what the Goodfellas side is kind of telling. You know what I mean?
right.
The Godfather style is a lot more about the life and the family, whereas the Goodfellas side is a lot more like crime oriented and on the streets and the day-to-day operations. You know what I mean? So they're telling different sides of the same story. I think that the only movie to rival The Godfather in terms of a mobster movie is Goodfellas. I love Goodfellas. The movie I've seen probably 200 times. What did you make of it in your first showing?
Oh, it was excellent.
Did
the first
hype
scene.
live up to it?
Now don't. So just to preface, I have seen a bunch of scenes from that movie. I just never watched front to back.
It's on TV all the time.
It is on TV all the time. But since Seth was saying you need to watch this, obviously all the way through, I've been trying to avoid it. You know, and it's obviously better than TV edited and all that.
True. Right,
so, but yeah, I mean the scene where he's sitting there talking and he's he's blowing up the cars. And he says the neighborhood kids even brought the groceries home for my mom one time. He's like, out of respect. I was just like, all right, yeah, I like this movie a lot. So it was an excellent movie. Liotta, the other scene where they're introducing everybody walking through the club, and he's like, we got this guy here, and hey, what's going on? Two-time Tony. He's like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna go there. The
kids scene at the beginning, the opening 30 minutes is great.
Yeah,
all the way through, right until when he gets out of the courtroom and they're all waiting for him. Yeah, like a fucking hero from war.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
I mean?
You got pinched for the first time. It's like, I thought you'd be pissed. Like, nah, everybody gets pinched. You know, you didn't rat on your friends. You didn't, But yeah, Goodfellas was a great movie. I loved it.
We just said De Niro dealing in Wow, De Niro is great in this movie too. De Niro dealing in Taxi Driver. He's great in Goodfellas too. But Ray Liotta is
when he's mixing the sauce.
Goodfellas,
mixing the sauce, but he's also telling you about what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's all coked out. He's like, so I have to go back to my house at 11:30. I had to make sure I stirred the sauce for 20 minutes and make the meatballs. He's doing the meatballs while he's trying to
helicopters flying.
Flying. He's all coked out. He's driving. He's looking at the helicopter, and this is all while he's trying to do a deal. And he's talking about making the sauce and this and that. So,
which the girl that he's banging is right, the side piece. So you I know you know her.
I do know her. Yeah,
she's Vinny Chase's publicist in Entourage.
Yes. But I knew there's another one in there that I recognize too. Who's his other side chick? He's got two, right? He's got that first one that she like bugs out about. Then he goes to jail. Then he comes out and he's got Vinny's.
Oh man, I can't even think of who the first one is now. To be honest.
Yeah, I thought she looked familiar too.
She probably is. I wouldn't be surprised. This movie is. I mean, even the smallest roles in this movie are loaded.
So Goodfellas, I liked Goodfellas more than, or I enjoyed it more, I guess, than I liked Taxi Driver. Taxi Driver was more of a. I
agree.
Like just a different, like I said, different vibe movie. Goodfellas is a long movie, but it doesn't feel long. Like there's no, you're not sitting there saying
downtime.
When's this scene gonna end, or when's this wrapping up. It's just he's just like everything is just excellent. Pesci kills it.
Yep.
Pesci in that bar where the guy tells him to go get a shine box at home. Like,
beginning of Michael Imperioli.
Yep.
Before he's Chrissy from Sopranos.
Yep.
And then you have Paulie Walnuts in this as well.
Paulie Walnuts.
Yep.
Early
Paulie Walnuts.
Man,
R.I.P. in peace, Paulie Walnuts.
Yeah. I loved Goodfellas. It was a great movie.
There's a few other Soprano guys too. Those are the first two that come to mind because they're the biggest ones. But there's a couple of other hidden gems.
Who's I forget the guy's other name.
I can't remember them all, but there's a few in there. If you go look into it on Google, you'll find a couple of other ones.
Yeah, we were just talking about this the other day at the fight, Seth and me and a couple other people. But yeah, the movie it just makes you want to watch mob films.
Yeah,
it just makes you want to watch mob films. Put on a nice deep V, let the chest hair flow, and make some Italian food basically. Between
Ray Liotta's like monologues and just like telling the whole movie, and then the relationship between that's one of those movies where I feel like I'm right there.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm sitting along like in the movie just watching.
Yeah, like he's just kind of sitting next to you telling you what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The way he tells it's just every time to me. It's like I said, I've seen it so many times. It still gives me that vibe every single time.
Right.
Like I'm right there. I'm just like hearing him tell the story firsthand. Like you said, it's the best way to say it. Like he's just telling it me right there.
Like he's sitting there next to you right there and enjoying it.
The scene where they have, after Joe Pesci kills the guy for disrespecting the shoebox.
Yep.
Goes to his mom's house. I would argue is one of my favorite scenes in any movie of all time.
Yeah, just sitting down with his mom.
Sitting down.
They got the guy in the car.
Boys, come on in. Doesn't even matter. She doesn't know, but forget about the dead body in the trunk. Like, get a shovel later. Let's go eat some food. Joe Pesci's got the huge knife. He's like, Ma, like, you mind if I borrow this? Like, I'm gonna cut up the deer. Like,
yeah, exactly. The guy's just in the trunk dead. Or he wasn't dead at the time. I think he's still. So he's just in the trunk there eating pasta and talking.
In that scene, Joe Pesci's mom, that's Martin Scorsese's mom.
Really?
Yeah. That's
really? I didn't know that.
Mother.
Someone was telling me she like ad-libbed all those lines too. That she was just like,
she might be full-blown fucking Italian.
Yeah, I think that she was just talking, and they were just like, all right, we're going.
It's totally possible. But I do know that that's Scorsese's mom.
Yeah, that's funny. I never knew that.
Yeah, that entire scene is absolutely incredible to me.
Yeah,
the fact that the three of them just sit down, they do the whole nine. You know what I mean? They unbutton the thing. They got like the belts out. They got the napkin tucked in. They're like, yeah, it's fine. Like, let's eat now. Let's sit. Let's eat.
It's cutting the garlic in the
jailhouse scene's great.
Yeah.
Jailhouse scene is great.
And I'm gonna try slicing some garlic like that too at some point.
What does he say? Like three? Was it 1/4 of an inch thick?
Quarter of
an inch thick?
I don't even know. Super thin, and then when it gets in the pot, it melts
in. The razor blade.
Using the razor blade, melts into the butter on the pan. I'm like, ooh, that sounds incredible.
Yeah. That's the beginning of those white collar prisons right there, man. That seems like not too bad of a life.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they say it earlier in the movie. Yeah. The guys just get pinched and go away because they want to. They're not trying to. They know they're fine in prison. They got their own wing, No
kidding.
Probably own the place.
Oh yeah, probably. But I would agree with what you said a minute ago. I mean, I think Goodfellas. If I had to rank my 10 favorite movies of all time, Goodfellas is definitely in it. I'll tell you that. Goodfellas is definitely in it. While I love Taxi Driver. Taxi Driver is a ways down.
Yeah, Taxi Driver wouldn't be in my top 10. I gotta watch both of them over again. But
De Niro dealing though.
Dealing. He does.
Have you seen True Romance?
Don't think I have.
That one. We might have to put onto the list and move it up because that's a movie I've already mentioned once or twice in the pod. I recommended it. That movie's fucking incredible.
I think I got the two. I'm gonna bang out the two Godfathers next, and then
Okay, we can do a Godfather thing. Steph's been wanting to watch The Godfather ever since the show that came out. Was The Offer?
Okay, yeah,
Offer.
okay.
Was it Showtime? I think it was Showtime. I want to say, but it was a series about a fabrication, basically. A dramatic retelling of the creation of The Godfather.
Of The Godfather. Right.
It was really good, though.
Really?
It was actually really good.
I'll definitely check that out. Though.
Yeah, it was really good. Like I said, it made Steph instantly want to watch The Godfather.
Yeah, I need to watch it. I think that's the next two on the list. Seth said Goodfellas, Taxi Driver, Godfather 1, Godfather 2. I think that might have been it.
I like that.
That was the list he had for me. So,
like I said, we're gonna work in. That's how we're gonna work this in. We're gonna do a couple classics every time.
I'm always down.
We're gonna have to develop a list.
Yeah,
like I said, Godfathers, Top Gun's got to be on there.
Top Gun 1 and 2 are
True
definitely
Romance
on there.
is definitely gonna be.
I'll throw True Romance on there. I'll put this on the phone right now.
Awesome.
Throw it in there.
Is that Scorsese too, or De Niro?
So that one is Tarantino before he's directing. That one's written by Tarantino.
Oh.
But it's friggin'. I mean, another star-studded cast. Loaded cast. And some just awesome performances.
True Romance.
Cool.
What we got? 2 Top Guns.
If you haven't seen that one either, that's even more perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's even better for the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah,
down to watch
that one
that.
on there. That's a great way to mix in Ledoux every here and now. You're definitely going to be watching Last of Us, I hope. I know you'll be watching
I never played the
Mando.
games, but I'll watch.
Watch the series.
Watch the series.
Watch the
100%.
series.
Yeah.
January 15th.
Absolutely.
We'll do those recaps. We'll be able to work you back in, like I said. Mando. Get the winter coming.
Yeah.
This is the way.
Yeah, this is the way. It's coming fast, baby. Coming fast. So I think that's going to wrap it up for classics. Yeah, unless you have any other thoughts. Do you have anything else you want to go?
No, I don't think so.
I think
that was it.
Anything else? Goodfellas, Traction Driver?
No, you guys did a good job. I've seen both of them, but not in the last 5+ years. So can't say that I am an authority on the subject, but you guys did a good job there. Looks like we might have just lost another mic.
Yeah, that one was me this time.
Is that this
Second
second one?
idea I got. I don't know what is going on though.
Not going.
Go to properties. I'll go to that cog again. Click properties. Microphone. All right, now look at it again. I do apologize to everybody. I'm not entirely sure what's been going on, but we're having some weird issues with our microphones lately. But like I said, we haven't had too many. Yeah, no, I just saw that too. But like I said at the beginning, we haven't had really almost any issues at all with this show so far, so I can't get too angry or worked up. I'm pretty happy that we've had as little issues as we've had so far, but it seems like we're all right. I don't know what it could be though. I don't know. I wonder if it's something to do with the temperature, maybe. Now it's getting colder in this room or something like that. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. But either way, the show must go on. All the mics are working good right now, so everything's good. We just closed up our little Ledoux recap. Let's dive into a couple of quick things that I actually want to do. A couple of quick trailers and a couple of quick news things before we dive into our reviews and such. First things first, a movie that we talked about a little bit here is Avatar 2, The Way of Water. The first pre-screenings, people are coming out of them talking about the movie. And the early reviews, man, are not good. They're spectacular. People are saying that it's much better than the first one. People are saying that all of the hype surrounding the cinematography and the underwater shooting and all of the camera work that James Cameron that he went through, that all of the hype was actually not for nothing. They said that this movie legitimately looks like as beautiful as you can possibly imagine it to look. So, I mean, with that said, I was already excited to see this movie. I'm going to rewatch Avatar probably this week probably this week because I haven't watched it in fucking. That one's even longer than Taxi Driver. It's probably been like 15 years since I've seen the first Avatar movie. But I'm going to dive back into that, and then I'm going to go check out Avatar 2, hopefully in IMAX. But I'm excited, man. I really am. I'm not going to lie. This movie, now that it's got these reviews coming out of it, what can go wrong? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it should be a good one. I mean, it's the first one didn't blow me away too much, but it was still really cool and innovative, and it's been on a lot lately, probably just because this new one's coming out. So it's getting me back into it again. I think it'll be a good run. Like maybe in 3D, like the last one was. I don't know if they're doing the same
Yeah,
thing.
it's got to be in 3D, I'd imagine, I'm sure. I'm not a 3D guy, but
No,
I'll
me either.
definitely dive into IMAX.
You never really see these high production movies like in 3D though.
That's
I don't
true.
know. Like it's might be good.
That's a good
might be
point.
worth it.
Usually like fucking kids movies or some shit like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm in a little late, but what was your thoughts on Avatar 1?
So I didn't hate it. I definitely didn't love it. It was I just thought it was wildly overhyped. I thought it looked cool. I definitely did think that. I was
cool
like, all right.
concept.
Yeah. That's true. Absolutely. No doubt about that. The concept, the actual behind the movie, I thought was great. Though the execution was a little lacking. But this second one, right away, as soon as I saw the first looks from it, I was like, all right, this looks like it's stepping its game up. And it seems like that's what people are saying. It seems like everyone's saying so far, it's stepping the game up from it.
Yeah, so you're saying a lot of good reviews?
So far,
a lot of
for
good
early
reviews.
pre-screenings, good.
I think I felt basically the same as both of you. Good movie, not great.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. Why did it take him so long to make number 2?
That's a good question because he had been saying that he had been working on them for so long, but
Yeah, I thought...
I don't know. Well, I know a big thing was the fact that he literally, I've joked about it before, but he basically, in a way, whatever you want to call it, he basically went to a version of college almost over again to like redefine the industry and how they shoot on the water.
Really?
Using all new technology, basically like people experimenting with cameras for the first time and stuff like that. Basically trying to redefine how we shoot scenes underneath water rather than using like just straight CGI and shit like that. Being more hands-on. So I know that took they joke. I mean, I read an article that said 10 years. I don't know how true that is. I don't know how much in satire that was. It seemed pretty legitimate though. So
Yeah.
I don't know if he spent actually 10 years in camera work. But at the same time, I do know that while Avatar 2 is out, Avatar 3 is already wrapped filming, Avatar 4 is already written, and Avatar 5 is already half written.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I thought when Avatar 1 dropped, he was like, yeah, I've got like eight of these movies coming out. And I was like, then like 10 years went by, and I was like, all right, so much for those 8 movies that
He's
he
got
was
8
about
of
to
them, and
cook
he has
up.
the balls to criticize Marvel for having 20 movies. It's like, bro, what the fuck? You're trying to be Marvel. Like, you're trying to be Marvel. Like, shut up.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I'll definitely go watch it. I saw the first one. I've seen it a couple times.
Yeah?
Like I said, yeah. I mean, it's always on TV, like Luke was saying. Probably, like he was saying, more recently.
Yep.
But it's definitely a TV movie that I'll just throw on if I'm like, there's nothing else going on. I'll watch this. You know?
Yeah, I've only watched it one time. Definitely get a little distracted while I was watching it. But it was a long time ago. Like I said, I definitely got to rewatch it. I'm going to dive in, like I said, probably this week.
That's out, right? Came out last Friday.
Early screenings are out. I think it comes out. Is it this week? Maybe. What's today? 13th.
13th is today.
I think it comes out. I think it may come out Friday. Maybe.
Okay.
Someone will have to double check that.
I'll check it out.
Okay.
Yeah, do that up, Lukey. But it's coming out very soon. I can tell you that. I think
It might be the
it's this week.
23rd. For some reason, I feel like that date's sticking with me. 23rd.
It could be. Friday before Christmas.
Yeah.
23rd.
It says the 16th.
16th.
All right, so that's this week, right?
Friday. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
This week.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so it does make sense. Yeah, you wouldn't want to have an opening weekend on Christmas, right? I feel like
Nah.
that might kill
Yeah,
some,
I mean, a lot of people do go to the movies on Christmas, but have your opening.
yeah,
week
but
is
second
a little
weekend
tough.
though. Yeah, second week though. That makes more
Luke,
sense.
I did notice, by the way, if you don't mind, can you just actually switch the version of the way that wire is plugged in? Because I already noticed that's going down. Nope,
Yes.
the wire in the camera. The wire in the camera. Nope, this one. The power cable. So then you just put, yeah. Just so like, unplug it,
Gotcha.
flip it, like 50 degrees. All right, I gotcha. It's a weird thing. We're learning, but it's weird little intricacies here. Weird little intricacies. Oh no, we lost the camera.
Perfect.
It's all good. We'll fix everything. It's a show of imperfections. It's a show of imperfections. Let's see what we got here. Oh, there goes my mic again too. Oh no, everything's going to hell. It's all hell in a handbasket. All right, so there's that.
Back.
We can fix the camera in a second if we need to. And then let's see what's going on with my microphone here. Yeah, it's weird. It's like my friggin' outlet. Something to do with that outlet there. box right there? All right, there we go. All right. And then, if you don't mind, Luke, just tilt that camera a tiny bit. Yep. My man. Sorry about that, guys. We're having some technical difficulties today, but the show goes on. So Avatar 2 coming out real soon this week. Early reviews, good. Gonna recheck it out. But maybe we'll review that when we come back at the beginning of 2023. Give some people some time to check it out, and we can come back and we can review that. From there, I gave you guys a couple of trailers to check out. One of them came out today. We'll save that for the end. The other one is something that I have no idea how this happened because all I do is spend all of my time like following all movies and trailers and shit like that, but especially Marvel and MCU shit. The other day, I randomly stumbled upon the fact that there is a Secret Invasions trailer that's already out, that came out in September, and then a second Secret Invasions trailer came out 2 weeks ago, and I hadn't seen either of them. I hadn't heard a single chatter about them. I hadn't seen a tweet about them, not a single thing. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this is so bizarre. Like I said, I spend all of my free time, like, you know what I mean, following this shit. Like, how did I miss fucking a Disney Plus series on Marvel with Samuel L. Jackson and Emilia Clarke coming out, and I fucking missed a trailer for it? So right away, my first thought was like, hopefully they're not bad. So I dove into the two trailers, and I was impressed. Especially, you know, we've talked about how the series lately, especially this year, have been lacking, and the two specials were really good, and we want more specials, less series. This series, this trailer, these two trailers look friggin' awesome to me, at least. I can't speak for everybody, but I thought they looked awesome. I don't know if you guys were able to check them out.
Checked out both.
Yeah.
Yep. Checked out the other trailer as well. Thought I liked the two Invasion trailers a little bit better. Seems like that tone. It's good tone.
Yeah.
I like that tone. You know, more of a, I guess, an adult tone.
Yeah, it looked intense.
Yeah,
it definitely looks intense.
Looks good. I don't even know what any of that stuff is. The Secret Invasion. I'm out of the loop on Marvel right now.
Okay.
It's been a couple years.
So basically, there's so Samuel L. Jackson, Nick Fury, his character. He likes to use this planet. They have these people that they're invaded. They're called Skrulls.
Okay.
They're shift changers, so they can take the form of
anything.
you, me, any person that they want.
Okay.
Great for instantly just hiding your identity and stuff like that.
Right.
So it turns out we found out at the end of what the hell end of the movie was it? Where Samuel L. Jackson goes to his ship there.
Was it maybe Captain Marvel? I know there's a lot of those Korean Skrulls in that one.
Yeah, there is a lot of Skrulls in that one. That was a big introduction to the Skrull world. I can't remember which end credit scene it is, but there's one where it goes to Nick Fury and Agent Hill, who's always with him, and they're in a truck. They're driving on Earth. And then right at the end, not right at the end, but you find out that it's not actually Nick Fury and Agent Hill, the two Skrulls.
Okay.
They're on the phone with Nick Fury, and Nick Fury is up in his spaceship looking at a beach fake, like basically like a green screen kind of a thing. And he's sitting there on his ship with his shoes, having his sandals off, you know what I mean, in the beach, having a drink. And he gets up, and the whole ship is controlled by Skrulls, like I said, because he works hands-on with them. He's like, all right, people, like, back to work kind of a thing.
Okay.
I
think it was one of the Spider-Man movies.
It might have been one of the Spider-Man movies.
Because, Samuel L's talking to Peter Parker and that whole one, and then it turns out that it wasn't even...
It could be Far From Home.
Yeah, I think it is.
The one right after, like, Endgame when Tony Stark's dead.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I think you might be right. I think that could be what it is. But like I said, this takes place basically, it seems like the Skrulls are, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's all of them or just a group of them, are going to end up going against Nick Fury basically, and they're going to kind of, infiltrate Earth and all of its, like, highest, presidencies, dictators, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
Nick Fury's going to have to finally come out of action to kind of battle him.
All right, yeah, because I know, I'm trying to think of what's the last Marvel thing I've seen. It was probably the last Spider-Man movie. I saw that for sure. But other than that, it was probably like Endgame. Or,
so we saw Spider-Man together.
Okay, yeah, you're right. We did see that together. Yeah, I thought both of the trailers looked really good. Like I said, I'm excited. Good tone. I like that sort of more, I don't want to say dark, but like a little bit of a darker tone. And that's something I'll definitely check out.
Yeah. I was actually a couple things I noticed. One of them was we just saw Martin Freeman, who is Agent Ross. We just saw him come back as his character in Black Panther 2.
Yeah.
Didn't know how big of a capacity, because he's only been in Black Panther 1 to this point. So now he's in Black Panther 2 again. Makes sense, same world. But now we see him in the trailer for this, so he's going to have a role in this. So that kind of got me excited. I was like, all right, expanding his character a little bit. I like the actor. I had seen right away, it was a big thing when Emilia Clarke had gotten signed, but now we actually got our first look at her. And she looks like she's going to be not just like a side character. She looks like she's going to be like a major part of the show. She's in the trailers a lot, which I love, man. Give me all of the Emilia Clarke. Give me all of it.
And she's just going to be a regular human, right? Or is she going to have some superpowers at some point?
At this point, Luke, I can't make any predictions. Who knows?
Same thing with Jon Snow's character, right?
He's going to be
Kit
a
Harington.
superhero.
Yeah.
All
right. He hasn't shown that yet, right? He was blown away that his girl was a...
So at the end credits of Eternals, he finds his family's gifted this sword that goes back generations.
Oh, yeah.
He's, I can't think of the name of it.
Is it Celestial?
It's something, it's not the Black Knight.
Oh, shit.
It's something like that.
The prince that was promised?
Yeah, it is honestly, it's very symbolic to that, to be totally honest with you. It's something just like that. But yeah, no, Emilia Clarke, first look, so I was excited for all that. But I actually...
Crazy how many people from Thrones they are putting in here. They're getting the whole universe.
Yeah, no kidding. Everyone's popping.
Robert Madden, Kit Harington.
Yep. Unfortunately, I don't know how much Rob Madden's... I don't think Rob Madden's going to be back in the future, but could be wrong. Never know.
I like him. He's a good actor.
I've also heard that Peter Dinklage is soon to be joining the universe as well.
Oh, shit.
Again, actually, because he's already in the universe. He was in Infinity War. He helped build Thor's hammer.
Yep. Nowhere or whatever.
Yeah. Stormbreaker. There you go. Helps build Stormbreaker in Infinity War. But I've heard that he's coming back again as like a voiced character, but who knows if that's true. We'll see, I guess.
Cool.
But like I said, I don't know how or why or what happened, but that somehow just got completely under my radar. Totally missed it. Just popped up on my YouTube channel the other day. I was like, right away, I was like, this has got to be a fake. And then I see the posting and it says, whatever it is, the Marvel
Disney Plus or whatever.
Yeah, and I was like,
verified account.
Fuck? And then to be even more blown away, it says September. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? September.
Missed it.
I'm like, okay, whatever. Friggin' throw it on, and then there's a second one. I was like, oh shit. But I'm excited for that. Coming 2023, we don't have an exact release date, but hopefully it's not too far away because that one looks pretty intriguing to me. That one looks like it's going to be a pretty damn good time.
Looks like it might be a more real world look at the Marvel universe too, more based on people.
More spy-y.
They at least don't show any of the superheroes at all. I'm sure they'll get involved a little bit, but do you know what superheroes are going to be in it?
Oh, Don Cheadle's in the trailer a lot as War. I would imagine as War Machine. He's true. In regular, military blues most of it. Yep. But he was in the trailer a lot too. Actually, I noticed that he was in a lot.
Okay.
Which I know his show just got. His show got I don't know if you want to call it canceled or whatever, but his show is getting rearranged. The Armor Wars show.
All right.
So we'll see.
We'll take that. But yes, it seems more like it's just the American people versus.
Yeah, more grounded.
Yeah,
I know what you're saying. But I'm sure that show's going to have some twists and turns, I bet. Because, like I said, Skrulls, shift changes, people not being who you think they're being. I bet you that show's going to have some fucking loops and twists and turns.
For sure.
It'll be a good time. Looking forward to that one. Anything MCU, I'm always here for it. I'll give anything a shot, you know what I mean? I'll give it all a shot. From there, the newest trailer dropped today. A movie that I am very, very, very excited for. I actually mentioned it to Luke in our text thread today. Regardless of animation or not, the original Into the Spider-Verse is in my top 5 superhero movies of any variety of all time. I think it is incredible. I've seen it like a trillion times again. I am super excited. I was a little disappointed by the delay because this is supposed to come out in October. Got pushed back to June 2nd. But we got our second extended look at Across the Spider-Verse, the sequel to Into the Spider-Verse. And I thought it looked awesome. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it looked like a damn good time.
Pretty crazy trailer.
Yeah, it sure did. Confirmed, they've said it's gonna go across 6 different universes. It's gonna cover 240 different characters, and it is the biggest crew ever assembled for an animated movie in history.
Wow.
So we got a lot. Nicolas Cage is gonna be back for sure as LA Noir Spider-Man. We have our first look at Oscar Isaacs. He is going to be Spider-Man 2099, a futuristic version of Peter Parker. We got Daniel Kaluuya, who is from Get Out, Nope. He's also in the Black Panther movies as well. He is going to be Spider-Punk, like a punk rock and roll version of Spider-Man, Mohawk and shit.
Yep. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, there's some shots where there's like 30, 40 different Spider-Man where fighting each other.
That was a crazy.
I know you're an Xbox guy. I don't know.
I am.
Luke, I don't know how much gaming you do, but
Xbox also.
All right, so two of my favorite games of all time, PlayStation exclusives: the original, the Spider-Man game, and then Spider-Man: The Miles Morales one that came out like 2 or 3 years ago. Yep. Both the Insomniac versions of Peter Parker Spider-Man and Miles Morales were in the trailer.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were just like walking on a bridge together, just like basically like hand in hand having a conversation. So you got game versions, movie versions, comic versions, all of it.
So I saw a bunch of the gameplay from the Miles Morales game.
Yeah.
That game does look excellent.
Oh, it's awesome.
I haven't played it. I haven't seen the first Spider-Verse movie, but this second the trailer for it definitely makes me want to watch the first one so I can watch the second one.
I don't want to just say it's amazing, but it's amazing.
That's fair.
Amazing Spider-Man.
It's really awesome.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely check it out because I love all the old Spider-Mans. They've been playing a lot of the ones with Tobey. I've been watching them. They've been on TV, so I've been putting them on.
If you're, obviously it is animated, so you have to
it's different.
but it's like top-notch animation. First of all, shit still looks like sick,
right?
And they do it in this awesome, fun twist. The soundtrack bangs constantly, awesome songs. Just
I'll definitely check it out. HBO or just
it's I'm sure it's on something.
Okay.
It's not on Disney Plus though. I don't think.
I can check that.
Yeah, you go ahead, Lukey. Check up on that.
Yeah,
but I'm sure it's on something.
Somebody's got to be using their rights.
I'll give you my friggin' Blu-ray of it if you want. You can fucking take that thing
might have to
toss that in the Xbox. It's awesome. It's just it's so fun and outrageous.
Yeah, but I like that. I know it's an animated movie, so your expectations change a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're not going into it thinking it's just going to be, like I said, a Tobey Maguire.
It's better. Like I said, it's in my top 5 Spider-Man movie. I will take this. I'm not even playing. I will take Into the Spider-Verse over all 3 Tobey Maguire movies easily.
Okay. I mean, they're not the greatest movies, but...
No, I agree. I think, if this was in the MCU, it'd be in my top 3 MCU movies. It's that good.
Okay. So this is, not in the MCU. Outside the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's its own separate being.
All right.
But it's wildly awesome. I don't even know how to explain it to you. Like I said, it's just so much fun, and it's to me, it's what comic movies should be like.
Yeah, like an animated.
Not necessarily animation, but it's a damn good time. It's just there's scenes where you're just gonna shake your head and you're just gonna be like, that was just dumb, but in a good way. You know what I'm saying? It was funny. It was funny. It was fun. It's at the end of the day, we're literally watching superheroes. So it's you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's not friggin' sit here and treat it like it's fucking whatever. You know what I mean? Goodfellas, whatever. It's a different breed.
Different type of movie.
Exactly.
Right.
But if you can accept that and accept it for what it is, then it's just this is the best. It's that good.
I just wish you would do that with Batman.
Yeah, I would love it. I would love for Batman to be a good time. Batman stunk.
We'll save that for another time.
Yeah, we will. We can definitely do that. I've been waiting to rewatch that movie, and I keep telling myself I'm going to do it. I just can't do it.
Seth really liked it. He wants to fight you on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. So I got some backup for.
Seth liked it. He gets mad every time Nick brings it up.
Dude, that movie was painful.
Yeah,
and I was excited for it too. That's the worst part.
I will just say this: it was a little too long.
Yeah.
We could have shaved off some time there, but
you could say that. But Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, it looks like it's
second.
Not on Disney Plus for some reason, but
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Is it on anything else?
It said it was going to be on Hulu here, but it's also not letting me play it right now. So
damn! I'll have to throw. I might have to just throw the Blu-ray to Ledoux.
You can do it for $3 at Amazon Prime, but
I got Amazon.
$3.
So we're locked in then.
Yeah.
They're charging me though? Still?
$3. Yeah, nobody has it right now apparently, which is very strange.
Yeah, I'll take that DVD.
I'll cut the DVD for you.
What are you paying for the membership?
I'll get you on the DVD.
Amazon.
Movie's a damn good time. You're in for a treat because that one, it's so much fun.
I need to watch it too. I haven't seen the first one either.
You haven't seen it either?
No.
Oh my god!
I know it's a sin.
Oh man, you guys are in for both of you. That makes me just more excited, honestly.
Yeah, but Morales looks like a really cool Spider-Man, and his suit is pretty sick.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, I like the suit a lot.
He's so awesome. I can't wait to see him in the actual MCU because he's definitely going to be coming. He's definitely coming. I actually just watched No Way Home the other day. Actually, I came home from the Portugal game. I wanted to cry and shoot myself. So Spider-Man.
Comfort movie.
Yeah. And at the very end, like Tom Holland moves into actually kind of like the same thing that Tobey Maguire's moving into, like a separate apartment. You know what I'm saying? Like gets your own place kind of thing. And I was just like waiting for like a knock on the door because that's how it like starts off in like the video game is Miles Morales lives in his building.
Oh,
he's, like,
no
right
shit.
Next door. So I was just like hoping for some like kid to just come knocking on. He was gonna be like, "Hey, like, I'm Miles. What's going on?"
Yeah, introduce himself.
And I'd have been like going nuts.
I was gonna ask you, is there any reference to this Spider-Man in in
No Way Home there is, yeah. So when
nice.
Jamie Foxx Jamie Foxx is Electro, and him and Andrew Garfield, because they're from the same universe. After like the fight scene at the end, they kind of have their little meetup after they like beat him, and Jamie Foxx was just like, I can't even remember exactly what he says, but he's just like, you're like mad athletic and like you fight crime and you're like from New York and stuff. He's like, I thought you were black, and he's just like, it's gotta be a black Spider-Man out there somewhere. And it's just like, oh baby,
nice.
don't you worry, baby, he's coming, dog.
Nice.
Miles Morales coming.
That's a good reference.
Yeah, that was a good one.
He didn't come up in Multiverse of Madness or anything though, like when they were going through all those random, because there was like an animated universe they went into.
Yeah. That scene was awesome when they're falling through all the universes and multiverse.
Yeah,
That was one of the best scenes. They go to that paint universe and shit.
Was one of them this universe? Did you notice or?
I don't remember that being like an animated.
That would have been a cool one.
Yeah, there was the Music No One, which was awesome.
Yeah,
that was wicked cool. The paint one was wicked cool.
Yeah,
I don't remember that being the one like this. The animation style, like I said in this, is awesome. It's all.
It's different.
That action sequence at the end of the trailer is ridiculous.
You guys are in for a treat.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage in the first one too is fucking awesome. He's LA noir, like black and white Spider-Man.
I'm excited to see Nick.
It's so funny, man.
Nick back on a big screen.
Nice. I spotted Stan Lee in the trailer too. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
He's the guy at the cash register when Miles is buying his first suit. Looks like it's like just like a costume Spider-Man suit.
Yeah, it's in the first one.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's in the first.
They're
one.
flashing back from it.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Yep. Stan Lee sells him the suit.
All right. So we'll see if Stan Lee's in this one. That'll be a throwback to Stan, right?
That would be awesome. Yeah. That would be awesome. I would love that. Actually, that would make me very happy. From there, let's dive into our TV stuff before we get into Amsterdam. I know you probably haven't been keeping up with this, but me and Luke can fly through most of it real quick.
Do you think?
But we've been covering two shows. Not covering like we've been covering other shows, but we've been talking about them every single week, a little bit here and there, giving our thoughts. What do you want to start with, Lukey? 1899 or White Lotus?
White Lotus was a little fresher. Let's go 1899 first. Well,
1899?
Maybe that'll be a little shorter
Okay.
of a review.
Let's do 1899.
Yeah, but I'm very curious to hear what you think because you just watched it this week, right?
I watched it last night. Last night, watched the last two episodes, 7 and 8. I thought, not just based off of recency bias, I thought these were the best two episodes of the season.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you finally get some answers and like know what's going on a little bit.
Yeah.
Nice
things really progress. Not just that though. Even like episode 7 is the storm. The actual storm itself was sick. The CGI of the actual fucking storm of the ship and shit was awesome.
Yeah.
Thought it looked very, very intense. I kept thinking about what you were saying with that new technology that they were using. And I was just like, I wonder what this looks like. I was like, is there like waves coming at these people and shit like that?
Yeah, the volume, the like massive LED wall that they have at the Disney Studios now.
Yeah.
Using it for all kinds of cool shit now.
But like I said, I thought these last two episodes by far the best. I mean, we've mentioned this the phrase a few times, but this is the definition of how far down does the rabbit hole go. I mean,
yeah,
I have no real takeaways as far as like They keep saying different things like I think it was in episode 8, the final one. Kai Burns says that the creator is the doctor, the woman, the mom. Now that we find out that she is the mom of the child that they found on.
Yeah, crazy shit.
They say he's the creator, and she did this whole thing for him, for the son.
Right, trying to.
I was like, I don't
help
believe
him
any
survive
of that
somehow. Yeah.
I was like, I don't believe any of that. I was like, dude, the fact that you're talking to this son shows that you're part of this whole fucking simulation too. As soon as they get the simulation, I was like, all right, spot on. So I was like, I knew that there was some kind of experiment going on. I just got that vibe the whole time. Like I said, Shutter Island vibes very high in this show.
Yep.
Very, very high.
Yeah.
And then we got like we mentioned last week, at the end of episode 6, we see basically a graveyard of all of the failed experiments from all the failed Prometheuses.
Yeah, hundreds of massive ships.
Yeah.
Titanics basically all sunk or just chilling.
Yeah.
Wasteland.
But I mean, this first season I thought was really, really awesome. I mean, I thought it banged, especially the ending. It's ready to go into season 2. You know what I mean? My boy Jonas, I'm having some real hard times with now. I'm starting to think that he's a real son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think the more that he just keeps playing off, the more that he keeps playing off like he has no idea what's going on, the more I'm like, this motherfucker is up to something. And I don't know. Even the husband, too. The husband, to me, seems off. The whole thing, a lot of it seems off to me. Because, like, if the mom and the, whatever you want to call it, because I don't know her actual name, the doctor, the female lead, the mom, if this is her whole creation, then why is, like, the husband just, like, running around? Like, is he supposed to be, like, the hero? Like, is that how she created it? Like, he's supposed to be the guy running around behind the scenes? Trying, you know what I'm saying? Like, how does he have so much access to everything that he has, whether it's information or technology or whatever? I don't trust the husband. I don't trust Jonas. Qyburn, to me, now just feels like a puppet.
Yeah, it seems like he's trapped there, too, right?
Yeah, big time. Big time.
Is this in the Alien? What is this show?
It's called 1899.
Yep.
Netflix.
Okay.
It's from the creators of Dark. It's a very much. It's like oh boy. It's a mind melt kind of for lack of a better word. It's kind of it's a huge mystery.
Starts as like a historical mystery. It ends like a sci-fi mystery. Thriller.
Yeah,
psychological.
It's not so much historic because there's sci-fi advancements going on. There's more at stake. You seen Shutter Island?
Yeah, loved it.
So you know how, like, for at the end of it, you find out that this whole thing is this orchestrated plan for Leonardo DiCaprio, basically?
Yeah, to try to snap him out of his...
Exactly.
Right.
Is a lot of those vibes in this.
Okay.
Not saying that they're the same, because they're not.
Right, but they're kind of
similar vibes.
Kind of putting one thing on the screen when really something else is going on.
Yes.
One of the big things that I didn't realize at the time, but that I saw pointed out afterwards is every character wears the same clothing through the whole show. Even though it's like weeks that they're on the ship. It's just like
I know what you're saying.
One little random odd sign of like things are not as they should be. And nobody ever sleeps in the show. Everybody's just doing shit.
Yeah.
Not that you should see that, but
all of the side characters to me as a whole, like just their general just them being there, like their presence interests me.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like are they just like a fucking a computer code? You know what I'm saying? Are they just a fake fabrication?
So it seems
actual
like
people that volunteered to somehow be in this fucking, I don't even know what you would call it. You know what I mean? This experiment, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, it seemed like there were a handful of people, like all the main characters we ended up with, that were also in that simulation with her, right? She wakes up in that room and there's 20-something people.
So here's my question.
Plugged in.
That's how it ends. We end and we're like, she says, "Welcome to reality." And we're like, we're in space. I don't believe for a second that that's reality.
Yeah, another layer.
I think if we're talking just if you want to call it a video game, I think this is level 2 of the simulation. Like, congratulations, you just beat the boss for level 1. Yeah. Welcome to level 2. Now we're in space. Now it's 2099. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't want to keep going back to Dark, and I especially don't want to do it because we're going to be diving into that show. But that show is going to travel to multiple time periods and spend time there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we're going to spend time, whatever you want to, whatever. We're going to spend time in 2000. We're going to spend time in 2020. We're going to spend time in 1990 throughout the show. So to me, that was, again, I don't want to keep going back to Dark and tying them necessarily together, but to me, that was just the next level, and here we go. We're on the level 2. Now we're in the future. Now we're in space rather than being in the past. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's cool. I'm into that. I hope it keeps getting crazier. I hope that wasn't the biggest drop we get, even though that was really cool and a good payoff.
Yeah.
If they keep getting more wild, I'm into that.
Yeah. They said that like they like the message comes in and like they even showed actually there was that cool outer shot and they're on oh my god,
the Prometheus.
Thank you.
Yeah, but it's a spaceship, not the fucking freighter. Yeah.
Right. And I was like, all right, so like this is still the, you know what I'm saying? Like we're just going again. But rather than being back in 1899, now we're in 2099.
Yeah, I could totally see it. I wouldn't be surprised because they've been pulling the rug out from under us every episode so far. So I could totally see that.
Oh, they sure have. They sure have.
But yeah, really, really cool show. All those flashback scenes, like I was saying last time, are just like horror, like really like legitimate horror shows.
Yeah.
And it's pretty interesting. And in the last couple episodes, I'm sure you remember, like, all their dreams and memories start getting crossed.
It's
and, like,
yes.
like all corrupted people and like wicked weird, very strange. And just very well thought out. Kept me guessing, and they still left a lot of clues that I didn't see, and it's fun to go and rewatch again. So it's my kind of show. I'm very excited for the next season. Hopefully, it doesn't take them too long.
Yeah, definitely. I liked the whole thing with the like the whatever you call it, the pyramid. That was awesome.
Yeah, that
that's
was like
the
the key.
little boy appears with, doesn't say a word, and like the whole time, like that's the key.
Yeah,
turns out not to be the real key. Because he ends up, the husband there fucking pulls some code changes and shit like that.
Yep, hacks the mainframe.
But that's what I'm saying too. Like, how does, I think that's all part of the simulation. Like, almost like that's supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe. They're just like, just drilling this
mind
fuck into her head really deep.
Again, I don't want to keep going back to dark, but like to me, like the way that this show works is like, let's say if you're on like a timeline, right? And if like you're going down a timeline and you get to event 1, right? And if event 1 happens like one way, you spiral this way and then you go this way. I don't think that's the way that works in the show. I think everything's always supposed to just like everything's already like we already know that if you get here and if you don't make the right decision, you fail, you lose, you start over kind of a thing. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's like you're just almost constantly looking for the right answer to the puzzle. And
we're obviously seeing them get the right answer. Like when you watch The Matrix or whatever.
Right.
It's the 5th time he's reached the creator, and it's like he's like, oh, this might be the time that you escape. Or
yeah. Like that one scene.
We aren't watching those 5 other attempts.
The whatever you want to call him now, the trench coat guy who's not the captain, the husband.
Yep.
He's talking to his son, and he's just like, "But you're right, though. This is the father that this is the farthest that we've ever made it."
Right.
That really is what like intrigued me. I was just like, oh, okay. I was like, how do you like?
How deep does it go?
Like, how do you know this? You know what I'm saying? Like, because everybody else has gone through this however many times. They have no recollection of it every single time they wake up anew. How do like you and the son know that this is the farthest that you've ever gotten to?
Yeah, seems like they have another access point or something. I couldn't tell if they were also in that room or if it was just like the other main people.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of cool that like everybody else must have been just like NPCs basically, right?
Right.
Like, and those are all the people that killed themselves, right?
I love it. Yeah.
There's that scene where like people just start walking off the boat, and that's like wicked creepy. But that's probably just all the non-real people, the NPCs. Just like offing themselves.
That's Luke. That's a great call. That's probably exactly what that is.
Yeah, and like I don't know, like that black virus thing that's like spreading through the ship is some sort of a like an end game thing. It's trying to protect itself and reset on its own.
Right.
I don't know. It's very cool, and leaves a lot to be theorized about and wondered about. So
yeah, no kidding. I mean, that second season is going to be a wild ride.
Yeah, I'm glad you liked it as much as Dark because you speak so highly of Dark. So I'm glad it's equal or near that at least.
We mentioned it a couple weeks ago because you brought it up. That's something that we're definitely going to do because the more I think about it, the more I want to rewatch it, and the more I know you're going to love it. And it's just like, dude, it's a fucking ride, man. It's a ride.
Yeah.
And that's one, like, as soon as you just can't stop. It's just like, you just can't. You just got to keep going, you know what I mean?
Yep.
We're going to definitely dive into that one. Because that's a show that, while it gained some popularity at the end of its run, I still think a lot of people missed out on. That I think that if they want to follow along and go back with us, I think we'll have a real good time with that show. Especially, like I said, I know kind of the outcomes and stuff like that. So I'd love to see just the way, your brain kind of works through it. Because...
yeah, I'm cool with taking my time with it too. We can do a couple episodes a week or something, and slow burn it.
Yeah,
however you want to do it.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely have to figure that out. But season 1 of 1899 was a damn good time. I highly suggest going to check it out if you're into a nice mind-bending mystery.
Yeah, A for me.
Yeah, I'd probably. I think I'd go. I think B+ is where I'd go.
All right.
I think I'd go B+.
Dark is an A though.
Oh yeah, hard A. Especially when you told me that season 2 and 3 were higher reviewed than season 1, that blew my fucking mind.
Really? That's just what one YouTube video I saw.
My mind, man.
It was like a passing comment he made, but
because dude, season 1 of Dark is fucking like it's adrenaline. It's fucking pumping in. Like I said, if you're into that kind of thing, you know what I mean? If you're the kind of person who likes more background noise kind of, you just want to laugh here and there and you're doing other things, and it's definitely not the show for you because you're just going to constantly just be like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, need to rewind that.
Exactly, yeah. But if you're ready to sit down and you're ready to like get locked into a mystery, you know what I mean? Like I said, if you want to bend your mind and try to figure out what's happening next and who this is and who that is and what this means and what that means, there's no show better. No show better.
Awesome. I'm in.
From there, let's go into the other show that we've been talking about a little bit every week. White Lotus, Season 2.
Yeah.
Finale came.
Funny ass finale. I think that good payoffs all around.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty damn good. I thought it was a pretty damn good finale for a season that I've been very happy with.
Yep.
I mean, first things first, because she didn't have too much to play finally for one time. She kind of was more of a side character in this last piece. My girl, Lucia. Woo, baby. We made out like bandits.
Right?
Not only did we not die, obviously being the prostitute, likelihood of death, when we know there's death, very high. Yeah. She's banged a lot of dudes in this season. She's fucked over a lot of people. Chance of likelihood of death, high. Yeah. Not only does she not die, she doesn't have to go back to America with that loser Albie. And she got all of her money. She got $50K from Albie and friggin' her, whatever it was, $1,200 or $1,800 from the husbands that hadn't paid her money yet.
Yeah.
So she's going to wherever the hell she wants, $5,100 larger, $51,000 larger, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And you caught that she knew the guy who was supposedly her pimp, right? She like said hi to him at the end. Yeah.
Yep.
He was just like a regular hotel worker at a nearby hotel. Yep. So they were just scamming Albie the whole time.
Yep. The whole time. But she's
smart.
I did not like that guy anyways. That was good.
Yeah.
He was such a bum. Just a loser.
I mean, he had good intentions maybe, but yeah, he got worked.
We'll save the best for last. We go to kind of the Honeymooners. Honeymooners had a good storyline. So, I'm not going to lie. They tried to give us the story, like the timeline, basically, for Aubrey Plaza and the other husband, Theo. I can't think of his last name all the time. Yeah, his real name's Ethan. Is it Theo? Not Theo Vaughn. Theo Vaughn's the guy that's a comedian.
I'm not sure the actor's name, but
yeah, it's Theo something.
But Ethan and Harper. The characters.
Ethan. There you go. Yeah. Ethan and Aubrey Plaza. Well, the timeline didn't totally add up. I'm not gonna lie. I still don't think that much happened more than like a kiss. Really? I think there was a kiss. Maybe it was pretty romantic.
She seemed pretty guilty though. I don't know.
She did,
but who knows? Yeah.
But I don't know. I get the feeling that there wasn't that much time. I think sex is immediately off the table. I think sex is completely off the table. Yeah. I think some heavy petting. Possible. Heavy petting's possible. The husband mentioned fucking, would you blow him? I was like, that was the quickest blowjob of all time. So I was like, you were here pretty quick.
I gotta say that this show is mind blowing to me how much I can get invested in these soap opera storylines. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
That's because they do such a good job.
I know. It's basically just a really good soap opera.
That's a good way to put it, actually, Luke.
That's how my buddy Zach Setters described it the other day. I showed him the preview and told him he should try it out if he wants something to watch with his girl, especially. But and he's like, this just looks like a really well-made, intense soap opera. And that's what I think it's pretty accurate.
I gotta be honest, actually, that's the first time I've heard that. That's pretty fucking spot on.
That was his 2-minute take, just watching the trailer.
Take a soap opera, give it a little bit of extra production value, and sprinkle some cocaine on the top of it.
Yep.
And you'll get this show basically.
Yeah,
that's a good call though.
But for real, I'm wondering. I find myself asking, do I think that they banged or did what happened? And, did he get back there? She deserved to get back at there. Good for her. It's hilarious. All these very strange storylines that still just drag you in. It's funny.
On the opposite hand, Aubrey Plaza's husbands and Theo's wife, Ethan's wife.
Yeah,
they absolutely fucked.
Yeah. I thought they did too.
Leah
didn't think so. My girlfriend.
No?
She thought I don't know. She was like, do you think that's what they went over there?
With that island full?
Yeah.
Dude, she was shooting him in the eyes the whole time. And then as soon as he gets back, for the first time in the entire duration of the show, he's finally ready to bang Aubrey Plaza. At every single tuck and turn in this show,
true.
He's ran away from Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, you want her? She's waiting in lingerie, and he's just like, I gotta go check my email, babe. Hang on a second, I'll be back in an hour.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he goes to the island with the other wife, you know what I mean, who's shooting him looks and saying, we just gotta do what we gotta do, and then he comes in and libido, no shit.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good sign too. I agree, and I think that's some damn good evidence.
Yeah, I definitely think that he did. He was so worried. I think he did more than she did.
Yeah,
I definitely think. Like I said, there's no way Aubrey Plaza. There wasn't enough time. Like I said, the timeline that they gave didn't totally add up. I'm with you on that. But there wasn't enough like available time. Remember that scene in White Chicks right at the very beginning when he's like, "Honey, you said MapQuest says it takes like 17 minutes to get home from work. I got home in 23." He's like, "That's 6 minutes. Like, if I'm gonna cheat on you, don't you think I need more than 6 minutes?" It's kind of like one of those things almost. You know what I'm saying?
Seen that in a while.
Right. Like the text. She said the text was 10 minutes before or something like that. So
right.
That's what he said, trying to say it was enough time for something more to happen than just a kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's some heavy petting. You know what I mean? I could have seen that.
But kind of the way he hallucinated it.
That's what I was just gonna say, Luke. Yep. I think you're spot on. The way he envisioned it, I think was almost exactly what actually happened. You know what? And that would make sense for why they even showed it to us. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, like we get it. It's his interpretation of events, but I think there's a little extra to that where it's like this is almost exactly what happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I thought at first too. But then they also have him hallucinate them banging in bed, or at least like about to bang.
Oh yeah. That's
how he like wakes up the next morning.
That's true.
But yeah. I think they want it to be ambiguous, obviously, and make everybody wonder. But it seems like they're doing better now, right? I mean, they're very toxic, but they seem to be doing better.
I was just going to say, how do you think that's going to work back home? I don't know. I got to be honest. If you had to ask me who I'd bet on, I'd bet on the crazy couple there. Fucking Theo, Ethan and his wife.
Yeah.
They seem like they're more accustomed to this lifestyle, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Vinny had done that.
Cam and Daphne, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aubrey Plaza, I don't know. I have some feelings that's not going to work out too well once they get back home. There's going to be questions asked.
I think she realizes too that she's along for the ride, right? She is now the trophy wife, even though she doesn't want to be.
Aubrey Plaza?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's a good one.
He just came in a bunch of money, right? And
yep, you're right. Yeah.
This is the life that we're rolling with now, I guess.
That's not a bad call.
I don't know.
That's not a bad call. Let's get into the good stuff.
Yeah.
Let's get into the good stuff.
Tanya.
Jennifer Coolidge, baby. Yeah. Literally the definition of fucking that fucking gif there. What is it? Oh my god. Danny DeVito. I came in and then I started banging.
Yeah. She had some good shooting, I guess.
Jennifer Coolidge, dude. Fucking. That was, dude. I did not see that entire scene coming from start to finish. The whole way through, I was like, all right. Yeah. She pulls out the gun. Next thing you know, she warned her, which was a great conversation. That was so funny.
The captain guy?
When she's talking to her assistant.
Oh, to Portia, yeah.
To Portia. And she's like, yeah, like, they were naked and they were doing stuff. And Portia's like, well,
yeah, I don't think that's his uncle.
They doing? And she was like, he was fucking his uncle. I
don't think that's his uncle.
I don't think it's his uncle.
Yeah.
I started dying, man. And then right away, the tension starts building up from there. Jennifer Coolidge goes into a room, pulls out a gun. Yeah. Guys are trying to get in. And then, like I said, Danny DeVito gift. Just next thing you know, she started banging.
Starts blasting. I start blasting.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Too funny.
That was, man.
She had some like epic lines too. She's like after she blasted everybody, she's like standing over the main guy. I forgot his name, Quentin.
Yep.
She's like,
yep.
Is Greg cheating on me? Like that's all she can that's all she cares about.
Still just worried about
blasted this guy.
Lose a husband.
Yeah, and she was like talking to the captain earlier, and she's like, I think these gays are trying to murder me. These high end gays. Like they want to redecorate their house or some shit. She's like. I thought it was just like everything she said is gold.
Oh no, she was. She's great. Yeah. She was as good as she was in season 1. She was even better in this season, I think.
Yes,
I think she was even better in this.
She went out with a bang.
She
and
did.
Then her death, dude. Her death
was crazy. I didn't see that coming up. So she starts blasting. I'm like, all right, perfect. We have the few bodies that we need. You know what I'm saying from the pilot.
Right.
We got our few bodies. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like we're all good. And then she just fucking slips and fucking just whacks her fucking head. I was like, oh my God. I literally just like gasped, like hand over mouth. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I didn't even think I thought she just fell in at first and she was gonna it was funny, but no, she just hit her head.
Yeah,
she's fucking knocked out and gonna die.
Yeah, ended up being the poor body that the wife's gonna find from the pilot.
What a way to go! And she was wearing that same dress that I pointed out last time. The one that
was she?
Yep, the one that the
mannequin.
Yeah, they go to actually the restaurant where The Godfather is filmed, and there's like a replica car of The Godfather, and this girl's wearing a dress the same dress that the character who ended up dying was wearing. And the car in the movie blows up. It's not supposed to be her that dies, but she ends up being the one who dies. No shit. It's supposed to be Al Pacino.
Good spot. Good spot.
Yep. But yeah, crazy. Did not expect it. I thought she was going to be the center of the show going forward, right? Just follow her on vacation.
Yeah, especially because they already they greenlit season 3. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, she'll be like the character because she's always talking about how every time she goes to a White Lotus, she always has a great experience. So I'm like, all right, cool. And she honestly is the best character on the show.
Yep.
So I'm like, all right, cool. We'll follow fucking Stifler's mom around from White Lotus, White Lotus to White Lotus.
Yeah.
Who knows where we'll go for season 3?
Yeah.
And then that happened, and I was just like, oh my god, I couldn't believe it.
Crazy.
So now I'm kind of curious, is in season 3, will we pull in somebody new? Could it be our assistant now?
That's a good one.
You know what I mean?
I have there's one prevailing theory right now that it might be following Cam and Daphne actually.
Okay.
Because I guess that there's a conversation they have in the last episode. Right? No, the other two.
Oh, all right, I gotcha.
Yeah, the original toxic couple.
Gotcha.
They ask where they want to go on vacation next, and she mentions the Maldives, which is which is an island country. Which would match. Each of the first two have been volcanoes are a big thing.
Right.
Hawaii, and then this will be the same kind of thing. And then also at that big dinner at the very end, not big dinner, but when it's the 4 of them with the big awkward moments, they toast to travel and the good life. And then Daphne says their next vacation should be more scuba and less pasta. So it sounds like islands.
Okay.
Probably Maldives, and then so that could be the 2 of them and Ethan and
whatever his wife's
name is.
Yeah,
Harper.
Ethan Park. Yep.
Harper could
cool.
come too. So that'd be good. Or could be the trio of Italian guys.
Imperioli, his dad, and the son. I hope that's not what it is. I hope that's not what it is.
Yeah.
That storyline to me, those are the guys that I care the least about.
Did you see that the grandpa was one of the few people that got nominated for a Golden Globe?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I thought the grandpa actually was pretty good, though.
He was pretty good. But yeah, he got nominated. And then Aubrey Plaza and...
Aubrey Plaza was awesome.
Yeah.
I genuinely did think that.
She was
I actually
really
just checked her out in a movie this week.
Jennifer Coolidge got nominated too.
What did it just come to? It came to one of the streaming platforms. It might have been Netflix.
It's a new movie, right?
Emily the Criminal, it's called. It's with she's the lead in it. It was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. And it was the second time, this was the first time that I'd seen her kind of not in that typical comedic role that she typically does, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is more of a serious thing, which she still was funny in this, don't get me wrong. But the Emily the Criminal thing, she was a lot, pretty straightforward, serious role. It was good. It was a good movie. I
she was really good.
Nice little little credit card fraud kind of thing. I don't know if either of you guys have ever seen Sons of Anarchy. Are you guys Sons fans?
Juice. I saw the last season with K Laugh was watching it from the beginning. I watched the last season with him.
Juice.
Yeah.
Bald guy, tattoos on his head.
Yep.
So he's in this. He's like the second lead in the movie behind her. Might have been one of the worst accents in the movie I've ever heard in my entire life.
Oh no.
It was awful. I think he's supposed to be Lebanese, I believe it is. I think it's the country he's supposed to be from. But it is. I don't even know. I don't even know what Lebanese people are supposed to sound like. I don't care what they're supposed to sound like. I know they don't sound like this.
That ain't it.
It was a terrible accent, man. It was brutal. But the rest of the movie was pretty good, though. I thought it was pretty entertained. I enjoyed it. Go check that out. Free recommendation. Emily the Criminal. I think it was on Netflix. Pretty sure. But overall, this second season of White Lotus I thought was awesome. I really enjoyed it the whole way through. The first season to me was kind of, it was fine, lackluster. I still enjoyed it, but it wasn't quite as what I hoped it would be. This season was much more along the lines of what I wanted. Well, like you said, still almost a high-end soap opera. Had more drama, more action, more flair, more everything.
Yep.
Just a little bit more eccentric.
And just the whole vibe of the show too, which we've talked about. Just the really intense intros or interludes between scenes and like these intense shots of waves crashing and stuff. It just like sets a very eerie vibe, really. And so I think they do a great job. And like I said, I was surprised I liked it. It's not my usual style, but I'm bought in. I'm watching the rest for sure.
See, I'm glad to hear that. It's a show you might not have checked out, and you should check it out for this show, and I'm glad that you liked it.
Even watching the first season, I'm like, what is this about? Like, like I know there's a dead body at the beginning, but we're just watching these people go on vacation. But at the same time, I was just bought in on it. Yeah. It's really good.
Like you just mentioned, though, I'm not even playing, bro. Every nightclub across the country should like start or end their night with that fucking theme song from fucking that second season, dude.
Yeah.
Every time it comes on, I'm like, dude, get that skip intro button and throw it into the goddamn ocean, baby. We're not gonna fucking watch the intro. We're bumping the intro up loud. I'm like, let's go.
They bump it too. It's like double volume just on its own.
It's fun. Yeah.
They really do bump it.
It's awesome, man. It's literally people just like doing like like the different echoes with like a fuking like a just a beat going in the background all the time. It's fucking just drops, dude. It's just like it bumps. I love it every time.
And then they do that same it's like panting like interludes, like all this like rhythmic panting shit.
Yes.
It's like
very,
very strange, like trippy music the whole time.
Yep. They do a great job of building up the intensity in this show.
Yeah.
The creator, I don't know if you ever seen any of those things. You see the creator guy at the end?
Yeah, I watched the wrap up of this one, and then I know him from other shit too.
So fun fact about that guy, I'm a big time Survivor fan. I've been a big time Survivor fan for my entire life. He was on Survivor.
Really?
Yeah, and he got all the way down to right down to the very, very end, and then basically got excluded from the show. So you know how Survivor does their winner announcements live, on air afterwards? Mm-hmm. So after the show wraps, they go into all of their editing and stuff like that. Turned out he had snuck on vape pens onto the island and was just sneaking off the entire time to go get high the whole time. And it was so funny because Seth was still living here, and Seth's another big Survivor guy, right? So me and Seth are watching all the episodes together, and they do the little personal interviews on the island. Every single interview, me and Seth would always be laughing this guy must be going swimming with his eyes just wide open. I'm like, because this guy's eyes are so bloodshot. I'm like, I've never seen eyes as bloodshot before in my life. Guy was just high as hell. I couldn't believe it. When it came out afterwards, me and Seth would die and laughing oh my God.
That's what was going on.
We're so oblivious because we've been watching the show our whole lives. Me and Seth are so just naive. We're there's no way someone snuck weed onto the island. Sure enough.
Yeah, that's great.
Couldn't believe it though.
He's that funny.
Yeah,
he was in
interesting guy.
He was in School of Rock. I don't know if you guys.
Oh yeah, he's the roommate.
Yeah, Ned Schneebly.
Yeah. Good call. That's right.
Yeah, he's funny in that too. That's the only thing I know him from.
I'm not a Jack Black guy. Notoriously not a Jack Black guy, but that movie's School of Rock's
an all-timer.
Yeah, it's an all-timer's, right? I love that movie. Let's dive into our last bit here. Yes.
Yeah, let's do
last bit for the nights. We are going to be talking a little bit of Amsterdam. A movie that we talked about a little bit here on the podcast before. We were going to go check it out in theaters. But the early reviews were really lacking. An absolutely star-studded cast. I actually got the cast. Christian Bale, Margaret Robbie, John David Washington, Taylor Swift, Anya Taylor-Joy, Rami Malek, Robert De Niro, Mike Myers, Zoe Saldana, Timothy Olyphant, Michael Shannon, and Chris Rock. I mean, my God.
Yeah, that's a impressive one.
An impressive one, yeah, no kidding. But like I said, the early reviews were not great. Then the regular reviews were not great. So I was I can't remember exactly what it was, but there was something out that came out. It was either the same weekend, same time. I ended up checking that out. Then the following week, the reviews, I was like, you know what? I'm going to pass off on this for a little bit. Comes to HBO. As soon as the movie ended, my first thing, I looked at Steph right away. I was like, I have no idea what all the hate was about. I was like, that was by no means a bad movie. And people were dashing it, really, really, really hard on it. And I was just like, I don't get it. I really don't. I mean, maybe it was just me personally. I am David O. Russell's the director. I'm a huge, huge fan of his. I mean, I love his work. I love The Fighter. I love American Hustle. I love Silver Lining Playbooks. I think he's great. This movie, my only takeaway when I came away from it, from a negative standpoint, I was like, could it have been a little bit shorter? Sure, you could have trimmed a little bit of fat off of it. But then I'm thinking about it. I'm like, the scenes that were, say, fatty that you could have cut, I was like, at least they were spent with entertaining, good characters. So I was like, while it might have been a little bit extra, I didn't mind the scenes. I had a good time in them. You know what I mean? Just because I was like, I like these characters. I'll gladly spend 5-10 minutes, whatever it is, with them. Just whatever it is, just doing something dumb or silly or more story or whatever. I thought it was littered with good performances. I mean, from the leads, Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, and then Ricky Jarrett, David Washington. I thought they all did a really good job, especially Christian Bale. I thought he was superb. David Washington, I thought, fit into this movie way, way better than he fit into Tenet. I'm a fan. I'm one of the biggest baller fans on the fucking planet. It's the best bad show ever made, and I'll say that till the day I die.
Yeah.
It's the best bad show of all time.
I liked it, yeah.
It's the best. It is the best bad television show ever made. Ricky Jarrett is one of the best reasons why. He's the man in that show. I want to love him so much as an actor. He's, Denzel's son. The Tenet movie, right away, one of my biggest takeaways was like, I don't buy him in this role.
I haven't seen Tenet yet.
You haven't seen Tenet? Oh,
I haven't
okay.
seen it yet.
No big deal.
I gotta check it out, though.
You really like Tenet?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying at all, though? About, him in that role? I don't necessarily, buy him as, the gun-wielding...
His dad's role.
Kind of guy. Right. Even though Denzel's his dad...
Yeah, just not.
I don't know.
That's just Denzel's role. I feel.
It might have been Tenet might have been one of the first ones I saw him in, other than I think I saw the Ballers when he was Ricky Jarrett as well. But it didn't bother me as much. That's why kind of how I see him, honestly, is like Tenet.
Oh, okay.
But I thought this was kind of a stretch for him.
Really?
I don't know.
Perfect. That's good. That's good.
I had to hear that I was surprised.
Different views.
Yeah, to see him and Christian Bale in non-action role. I thought that was kind of different. I don't know, even though they established them as being badasses at the beginning and they did their shit in the war.
Yeah, for sure.
They don't really, they aren't strong or doing anything spectacular. They're mostly being smart.
Right. In the movie.
Yep. So
actually, Ricky Jarrett fucks up a couple guys. He gets into a couple little hand fights, a couple little scraps.
Yeah, that's true.
He throws a couple guys around here and there.
That's true.
Christian Bale gets punched out by that one big white guy, and then he
Carlton.
Yeah, Carlton. Yeah. Ricky Jarrett gives him the business. But yeah, no, I think that I don't know. To me, I don't know if it's just because of the Ballers thing with him. He's so good, just conversationally. I feel like that might be just the role that I like him in. I think he's funny without trying to be funny sometimes. Just the way he carries himself, his swagger, kind of
smooth.
Yeah.
Smooth.
Yeah.
He is smooth.
I don't know. For some reason, him in this role, to me, I bought into it a lot more than I bought him in Tenet. I liked him a lot more than I liked him in Tenet. Margot Robbie's always awesome. I thought she was really good. Mm-hmm. Supporting roles. I mean, there was a bunch of good ones. To me, again, I always come back to her, man. I think this girl is the star of the screen for the foreseeable future. Anya Taylor-Joy is fucking something else, man. She is awesome. In this movie, I thought she was incredible. Right at the first time we see her, she turns out to be Margot Robbie's sister, and she is just a total cold-hearted bitch without any censor at all. She's just talking openly bad about her constantly.
Yeah.
Just calling for the butler. What did I tell you about leaving me alone with her? You know what I mean? I thought she was hysterical. And then when she finally gets she has a huge crush on Robert De Niro's character. She finally meets him. She's all over him. They go and meet the bad guys, and they're refusing to call him General, and she just steps in, and she's just he prefers General, and fixes the bow tie on him. Oh my God, I was dying. Yeah. I was dying laughing. I was like, this girl's unbelievable. She's something else. Yeah, I thought she was great. I thought her husband, too, was good. I thought Sammy Rollick was good. I thought Chris Rock had a cool role. But
Mike Myers and Michael Shannon as the...
the two, MI6...
U.S. and British intelligence guys.
Intelligence. There you go.
Yeah.
Honestly, I like I said, I didn't get what all the hate was about. I came away. I enjoyed it. I laughed. I was entertained throughout the entire movie. I never was just this is dragging. When is it going to end? I came away. I gave it an 82, 8.2. Nice little B-. I thought it was good. Like I said, dragged a little bit, but not in a bad way. I liked it. I was a fan. What did you guys think of it? What did you guys get to make?
Ledoux?
I'd probably give it like a C plus. So I guess right in the same sort of area.
Yeah, tiny low, not too much.
Yeah, so I like movies that are based off true stories. But well, this isn't. I actually looked it up. It's not. It is sort of like loosely based off a true story.
I was gonna say that little part right in the right in the beginning. It said like a year.
It says like all of this or something is. It was everything that happened.
1933.
Yeah, 1933.
And then it said a lot of this actually happened.
Yeah.
And Nero's character was the realist guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The Marine.
Yep. Yeah, I liked. I know
he's a historically accurate guy.
Yeah.
So I like that it was like loosely based off a true story. I didn't like at the end of it. I was like, all right, I don't really know what the whole like the depth of the story. I guess I wasn't really too sure.
All right.
About. But then, like I said,
basically
I read
trying to draw a fucking United States into the Axis powers.
Right.
Mussolini, Stalin, and Hitler combo.
Exactly. But no, I like that it was loosely based off like true events. I like that stuff a lot. I thought Christian Bale was excellent. He is just top notch in my opinion. He's one of the best.
One of the best going. Yeah. Without a doubt.
Crushed his role, like Luke said. It's something that he doesn't normally do. I did also like him in The Big Short, though. Which he plays sort of a different.
Yeah, I think Christian Bale's a man of everything, especially at this point. I mean, he's done it all.
Right.
I mean,
but I guess just
look at him in The Fight. A perfect example. He's a fucking cracked out, fucking skinny, fucking meth head boxer.
Exactly.
You know what
exactly.
I mean?
So yeah, I thought he did excellent. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Spotted that one too. Damn.
I thought he played his role excellent.
He was great.
Margot Robbie. I think the three main characters. I thought that was like
good repertoire between
the
three.
Exactly,
no, I agree.
Exactly.
I thought that they worked really well together.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Like I said, it wasn't like a movie where I was like blown away or anything. I didn't feel like it was too long. It was like what 2:14 or something. I was never like, all right, like I'm waiting for this to get going or sort of what's the point. Like I enjoyed it. Like you said, I think I got a couple good laughs out of it.
Definitely
a little
usually
like
Christian Bale.
Yeah, exactly. He just
great.
played that role really well.
Even his comment, like his monologuing throughout was very good and entertaining and stuff.
I'm trying to think. What was I saying? Yeah, we got a couple good laughs out of it.
Definitely.
All three of them, I thought they played a good role. And then I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, okay.
It'll come back to me.
Yeah, we'll get there. Lukey, thoughts?
Yeah, I overall thought it was a really good movie. Really well shot, very funny, like you guys said. Really good acting, like great actors and actresses, and like the ending really came together well. I think maybe that the big critique people are having with it is kind of like, to me at least, it would have been like the beginning pacing. Like they start off with the thing that you're going to be investigating, which is that like the murder of the guy in the box, and I felt like there wasn't really any reason to care that much about who this guy was or why he died, you know?
Right.
And I don't know, it just like took a little while to.
I mean,
really,
at the end of the day, though, I don't think we were
were.
ever really like too invested in that guy.
Right, but I don't know. Like for the first hour of the movie, we were just curious about who killed this guy, and then it turned into Axis powers and like government overthrowments and stuff.
I get what you're saying.
So like it got more intense as it went, but
I get what you're saying.
They were trying so hard to slow roll the clues to the mystery that they kind of slow rolled the story a little bit too much, maybe.
Okay,
but
that's fair.
Overall, like my interest for the actors and actresses, and like. Even though it wasn't historically accurate, it was a historical kind of based movie, which turns off some people. But I like that stuff and love the actors and actresses. And so it was easy for me to get through that, but I think that's probably what maybe messed up other people. But overall, very, very good. I love the ending stuff. I don't know if you guys caught it or if what your guys' thoughts are, but those eye drops seemed like it was maybe LSD or something.
I thought it was, what do you call it, opium. That was my thought.
Okay.
Yeah, I was.
They felt no pain.
I know.
So that was my big.
And then
why I went to opium.
He's like, I saw everything.
Yeah,
like
that's an LSD thing, though. That's a good call. Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw, but Rami Malek and Anya Taylor-Joy's pupils were
huge.
Fucked.
Yeah, massive.
Yeah, they were. And then maybe for the whole movie, I couldn't be sure. I was watching some YouTube videos after where nobody mentioned it in the YouTube videos, but they showed clips from the first time they met them, and they had pretty big pupils then too.
Oh, did they too? No shit.
They weren't like as obvious as the end where it was like a very well lit room and
you can see it.
I thought they did a great job with that twist.
Yeah,
because they even when Christian Bale, obviously his character is a little actually he says the word himself. I think the best way to describe it is Christian Bale's character is a little kooky.
Yeah.
And then after he meets Sammy Rollick, who is Margaret Robbie's brother, he says to her,
Rami Malek.
your brother's a little kooky.
Yeah.
Which in itself was hilarious to me. I was like, this guy's fucking getting off calling other people kooky. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, who was he?
But it turned out that it was kind of almost like sort of in a way like a riddle. You know what I mean? He was speaking in tongue. But I actually really liked the twist. I thought it worked out really well. As soon as, the second Sammy Rollick threw a number out of his mouth, again, it's my go-to. I looked at Steph. I was just like, oh shit. She was just like, what? I was like, did you hear what De Niro just said? He said, whoever pays me more to make the speech is the guy that's fucking coming after her. He just offered more to make a speech. And she was like, oh shit. And I was just like, yeah, this fucking shit's on. Maybe it's Sammy Rollick and Anya. Like, let's go.
I know, but it still didn't make it obvious, right? We still thought maybe they were trying to just bribe them to not like incriminate themselves. Like, please, please don't do this suicidal act. Like, take this money and don't do it. Yeah. But yeah, in the end, he was the bad guy.
How fucking cool was De Niro when he was making that speech?
Yeah.
And it's like the Oliphant shoots at him, and he's just like, whoever's shooting at me is a coward. I was like, oh shit!
Doesn't even flinch. Is kind of like, you know. I think that speech is like, well, obviously at the end you see it's like word for word.
Oh, what the actual that was very cool. Then the credits,
I like that.
That was cool.
What I was gonna say earlier when I lost my train of thought was that it was a different kind of movie because it's like it was just like Luke was saying, it wasn't like totally historical. Like she's like pulling metal out of the guy's mouth and stuff, and then she's like talking English after she was just talking. So I was just like, at one point I was like, I don't even think I know what the fuck's going on, because I went into this completely like I didn't know. I thought it was like a mystery story. Right. So at the beginning we're trying to figure out who got killed, and then obviously things just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and then the twist at the end was a good one. Like I thought they did a good job. They pulled it off. Yeah, I thought they did a good job executing that. So like I said, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie. I didn't think it was too long at all. And like I thought there was like a good little message in there too. Like he chooses to leave. Like they bring that up a couple times.
David
like
Russell
it's a choice
wants to do that stuff. Yeah, he always likes to implement. That's old school storytelling. You know what I mean? Like every story's supposed to have like a message.
Yeah, like a little, so I enjoyed that little piece of it. Like at the end, he could have went back with them and gone across, and he ends up choosing to stay and do what he needs to do. So I thought that was pretty cool.
I liked how he even said, like, he even says, like, I could have gone with them, and then it shows for like a quick second, like him running off.
Yeah, that's why I kept getting all fucked up.
It gives you that little moment of like, what you hope for.
Right. Yeah, they kept doing that to me, though. They did that in like the middle of the movie, I think, a couple times, or like something would happen, or he'd like be explaining something, and then like it was just like I was like, I was like, am I tripping right now? Like I was having a tough time distinguishing what really was going on from what was, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I didn't. That didn't like take away from my experience. I was just like, oh, all right, I gotta kind of lock it in a little bit.
Fair. I did the shooting them in the face thing at the end, like that, like where she Margot Robbie imagined herself shooting them.
And
but then they all seemed fine. It was just very
they're just like, oh my god, what did you do? We just had him, and then it like snaps back, and she's like, yeah, I was just thinking about shooting him in the face, and I was like, all right, so what's actually going on right now? You know what I mean?
But it was
now
also
that you say that, I could see how that could not be for everybody.
Not that it wasn't for me. I just like I wasn't expecting it. You know what I mean? Like you start off, it's like a mystery. Like Christian Bale's a little quirky, so like all right, we're kind of trying to work through that, and then like something would happen, and then it would flash back, and it'd be like, all right, that didn't really happen. I'd be like, all right, so what is actually going on right now? You know. And I also like the little I don't know what it was, but the little thing about the birds with Michael Shannon, Myers,
the bird watch,
the bird watching shit. Like I just thought that was just so
funny.
They're just like you would think they're kind of like talking in code, but they're not. They're just like they're talking dead serious about it, about the cuckoo and the nest and everything. And then he calls him out about Remy calls him out and he's like,
yes,
I think that would be someone who would do that. And I was like, oh, the bird guys. I was like, they've got to be coming back into the picture because they're talking about birds. So then I was like, what did they have to do with this? So yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was well done, well executed, you know.
Luke, did you have something else you were going to say a second ago?
No, I was going to say, that those bird jokes probably have a lot more to them too. Like it seems like just funny, like surface level stuff.
Banter.
But that's like deep bird knowledge jokes.
Bird
for the Reddit pages.
Yeah, bird jargon.
So for the fucking.
I didn't understand anyone, but but even them, just like you said, just bringing it back to birds. Everything relates back to watching a bird.
Yeah,
some
talking
type of
about
bird.
like they
funny.
bought all the cuckoos or whatever, and how it or no, they're talking about how the cuckoo is how he says. Well, I guess now that I'm sitting here thinking about this, he calls Remy Malek a cuckoo, and then they talk about how the cuckoo moves into the nest and invades.
Yeah.
So
Steals the
yeah, which is
and
basically
destroys it.
what they were trying to do with the
Actually,
point of the movie.
that's a
You
good
know,
point.
but yeah, I liked how they kept like they got the birds on the table. They're like, yeah, this is a so and so bird that just like what the hell?
Yeah, and like at the end when they're gonna put them in witness protection, they're like, oh yeah, there's like a blue-headed something migration that comes in every year.
Yeah, they're talking about the birds about it.
Like,
Yeah, they're on the
love
dock.
bird.
Yeah,
It's like everything comes back to that. That's literally
Yeah.
like one of the last lines. Too funny.
But no, I really enjoyed this one. I actually think that what did you guys think? The Taylor Swift, the murder of Taylor Swift there at the beginning. Something's off that.
Surprising.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it when she got run over by the
All
car.
right, you guys too. All right, yeah. That was my reaction. I was like, oh my god!
Oh man, I couldn't believe it. Just gets run over real quick.
That was
Yeah,
wild.
that's when I sort of like, not that I wasn't paying attention, but I was just watching, and then she gets pushed into the street and a car runs over, and I was like, oh fuck. So I locked in a little bit more after that. But,
That got me good.
but yeah,
There was a few times in this movie where it got me like that, so I was kind of saying already, but a couple times where I sat forward.
I feel like maybe if they made it into a longer thing, like maybe like a 4-episode series or 6-episode series,
This
it
could have played as a
been better.
series.
yeah.
Like I feel like they were just throwing all these disconnected things at us so fast that, like I said, they were trying to slow burn the mystery, but slow burn the story too much, and it was like it took too long to start seeing the connections, which seems to be like the main reason why people didn't like it.
I got you. I don't know. To me, it was just kind of like almost establishing why why characters trusted the characters that they trusted.
Yeah,
Kind of
no,
thing.
it worked by the end.
Like
for
for
sure.
instance, right after Taylor Swift dies, right, is when Christian Bale does the big flashback to the war, right?
Yeah.
For instance, like that scene, you hypothetically could have just been like, we served together and Margot Robbie like saved our lives, and you could have done it like in 30 seconds and kind of a thing, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I felt like them actually like going in and drawing you the whole picture and what Margot Robbie went through to actually like save them, her dealing with her superiors.
Yeah.
I thought the whole thing was just, not just entertaining, but I thought it helped. You felt, like we were saying, the repertoire between the three characters,
Right.
I thought was strong, and I felt like it was scenes like that made it strong. I
Well,
felt
yeah.
like there was a real bond there between the three of them, and it was because of scenes like that. The hospital scenes, while gross, I actually,
Oh, yeah.
again, I
I
thought was
didn't mean to say
hysterical.
that.
I thought they were pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie.
I
was
can't.
laughing a little bit.
So I'm a little squeamish when it comes to eye shit. And at he's like fucking with his eye. He's got all the scratches and shit. I was just like, oh, dude, this is gonna. If they keep zooming in on his eye, I'm not gonna be able to watch this movie. But no, I thought the scene where he first meets Chris Rock and the other guy in the general, because the general's like,
that was great.
I just want people to come in and just
Yes.
respect. Like I thought that was an awesome scene. I
was
thought that was good. And Christian Bale's just like plays a kind of a goofy guy. In the movie.
Yeah.
So like the way he introduces himself, he's like, yeah, I'm this guy from Brooklyn. I've got a wife, and like I'm really not here to
my
like.
in-laws sent me off to die.
Yeah, my
These guys,
in-laws.
like,
Yeah.
everything about that sounds good except for the in-laws thing.
Yeah.
But I think that's why I trust you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I like that a lot. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure my in-laws sent me here to die, and he's like, all right, and that's how they basically just started trusting each other. They
Yeah.
were soldiers together. They got wounded
In
together.
like an all-black battalion. Like,
yeah,
great.
yeah.
Chris Rock was hysterical that whole
Yeah,
time.
Chris Rock was
having
hysterical.
me dying, dude.
Yeah,
He is funny.
it's all like his kind of jokes too.
Yeah.
It's like, I'd rather have 5 white brothers die before one.
Oh man.
It's like all the same shit he would say in his comedy routines.
Yeah. But like I said, I thought I get that there were some things that people might not be for everybody. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of too much story, extra scenes, a little long. I just don't get how that turns over to the ratings that this movie's getting, man. Because people are just
They
shooting
lost a lot of money.
down. It did, and I just don't get it. Because to me, like as soon as I came away, I was like, not only did I not think that was a bad movie, like I enjoyed it. Like I thought it was good. I'll gladly go and watch it again. Whatever, a year from now or 2 years from now, whatever it is. If it's on HBO and I'm looking for something to watch, I'll dive back into it again.
Yeah.
I really genuinely didn't get it. I didn't get it.
Yeah, it only got $29.2 million at the box office, and it was 80 million production budget and 70 million marketing budget.
That is low, man.
So
that shows
they're
early.
projected to lose at least 100 million.
They're in the red.
Early
by the time
reviews
they
can
sold
kill
their
you,
stuff.
man. You know what I mean? That also goes to show why movies do, these fucking backstory drama campaigns like Don't Worry, Darling does. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's free marketing. If you have this person sleeping with this person and this person's mad at this person, people go to see the movie just to go see that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, see him on the big screen.
Smart.
Exactly. Yeah, it's why it's free marketing. But yeah, no. Overall, like I said, I gave it an 82. Ledoux was a little bit lower than me. Luke, did you have like an actual grade? I know you're working on your scale over there. You've been
I know. I don't know what to think, but I gave it a B-.
All right, so we're in this. Okay, we're all in the same range. We're all in the same range.
Yeah, B-. I thought it was good. Like you said, rewatchable, recommendable. I wouldn't recommend it to everybody. Maybe like I said, I think the fact that I love all those actors and that I don't mind the old historical kind of stuff. Like
you couldn't turn your head without a new actor coming off the screen, man. It was crazy. Yeah.
Right. Most people are into that. Some people don't really care though. They're like,
that's true.
Half those people are,
Yeah, you're right.
I think it's worth the watch just for the trio, the three, Bale, Margot Robbie, and Washington. I think that's definitely worth it. And I think if you go into it with no real expectations of this is how or this is what this movie is supposed to be or what I'm expecting, you'll definitely enjoy it.
I think actually, what the best thing you can do is actually, if you want, almost ignore everything that we just said. Go into the movie with the lackluster expectations from the critics. And watch it that way.
Yeah.
Then you're going to be like, hey, that was pretty damn good.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of listening to us and we're sitting here saying, hey, don't listen to the critics. They stink. It was pretty damn good.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I said, it didn't blow me away, but it was like an enjoyable movie, I thought the performances were good. The cinematography was well done. I never thought it went too long,
Good twist. Like we said, the twist worked.
Yep.
I really do. I keep coming back. Christian Bale was awesome. He was definitely the star of the show, which I saw a couple weeks ago. I remember seeing Christian Bale said something in an interview that was basically just like, any single job in Hollywood that any of us get, it's always secondhand because it comes after a Leo rejection. And I was just like, I get that for a lot of guys. Like a lot of guys. I was like, Christian Bale should just not be in this category.
I don't think
Christian Bale is like the cream of the crop.
Yeah,
him and Leo actually, I would say they're my 1 and 1A right now as far as best in the game.
Right now,
I would say so. Yeah,
pretty elite.
I'd have to see like a list.
They're 1 and 1A.
I'd be able to be like, all right.
I could run you through. I mean, at least my personal best. I mean, Bradley Cooper's right there. He's not far behind. Tom Hardy's also right there. He's not far behind.
Yeah, Tom Hardy's I'm a big fan of.
Ryan Gosling, while being amazingly talented, he's a little bit off that. But then the fact that he's built like a Greek god from Earth
bumps him up a couple spots for you.
Yeah, he's also the most beautiful human that's ever lived. So
speaking of Tom Hardy, real quick, have you seen Bronson? I think it's Bronson.
Bronson's the
Bronson.
Oh shit! Yeah,
that's the boxing one.
Is it? Is it the box? Is it?
It's
I haven't seen it, but
that's not the fighting one, is it?
No, he's in jail, but he does a shit ton of fighting in this movie.
Oh yeah. No, yes.
It's about the prisoner in England or something.
Yeah. Yes.
Weird fucking movie.
That was a wild one.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a weird fucking movie.
That was a wild.
Hardy's just running around with his fucking dick out for a lot of the movie.
Yes.
It's like, dude,
that was a wild.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Tommy.
He's like painting, and it was definitely. It was an interesting movie to watch for sure.
Yeah.
I need to watch that again. I've only seen it once.
That was a wild one.
It was a wild one. I wasn't ready for all of it.
I wasn't ready for all of that. Like I was saying, Christian Bale, I mean, he's awesome in this. And then, like I said, I think Anya Taylor-Joy was, even though she's, limited role, maybe, 20, 30 minutes on screen, I thought when she was on the screen, every time she was on it, she kind of stole the scene from me. I think she's incredible. I really, really do. We talked about her. I've talked about her a good amount on this podcast already, but I think she is the future. I think
elite.
She's awesome. Yeah, I really do. I think she's incredible. And like I said, Sami Rawley is a guy that I actually didn't have too high opinions of, but I thought he was really good in this. This was probably actually my favorite Sami Rawley role. I really enjoyed him in this. I thought he was good. I hated that fucking Bohemian Rhapsody movie. I fucking hated it. I can't believe that won an award. It's stunning to me.
I didn't see that one, but he was good as a villain in the Bond movie.
I thought so too.
Oh, I haven't
Time
seen
to
that.
Die.
I haven't seen
Yeah,
that.
he's-
Is he good in that one?
Yeah.
Is that one of the good Bond ones?
Yeah, it's the newest one. I think it's good.
All right.
Yeah, I enjoyed all the Bonds pretty much. Most of the new ones, I think.
I gotta check it. I've never been a Bond
There's
guy,
three
but I
of
do
them that
know
are
that there's been a
much
few
better
good
than the
ones of
others,
late.
but-
People have said the last one I saw was the one Casino Royale was really good. I saw the one right after that sucked ass.
Quantum of Solace, I think that was the worst one.
that was the
probably.
one. It was
Then the
fucking
third one,
awful.
Spectre. I like Spectre,
haven't
and I
seen it.
think the last one was the one with right.
Well, there's also
Wasn't there
Skyfall.
another one
Skyfall's
in
in
there?
there, which is my favorite one.
No, you're right. Okay, so that's what it is. It's
Spectre's bad, right?
Spectre is.
It's considered a lesser one, but
Yeah.
some people like it, and it's
I
huge
think
for this
Skyfall's
recent
my
movie.
favorite too.
Skyfall's the one where he defends his house at the end.
Yes.
It's like old family home.
And who's the villain in that one?
I think that's the first one that the Tarantino guy is in, right?
Oh, not my guy, not Roth. Is it
Yeah.
Roth? Is it Roth and James Bond?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say, get
You
out
know
of
the
town.
guy I'm thinking of. He kills him at the end in the church with mom or whatever they call her.
Yeah, I'm struggling. Is it Mads Mikkelsen?
It's the guy that
Matt
plays.
Mikkelsen?
No, that's Casino Royale.
Who's the guy that plays?
So you guys are naming a lot of people I like right now.
I know.
What's going on here?
Raul Silva. Yeah, he plays.
Yeah, that's who it is.
Yeah, Javier Bardem. Yeah, Javier Bardem.
Yeah, Raul Silva.
Yeah,
Who's
the
that?
same guy that plays the bad guy in No Country for Old Men.
Yes, that's what I was
Oh yeah,
Javier Bardem.
I got you.
saying.
All right.
He's like the bad guy.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
good.
no, that's a
those are
classic.
definitely worth a watch. Quantum of Solace, I agree. Quantum of Solace was definitely shit. Casino Royale was good.
really
Quantum of
good.
Solace
Yeah,
was
yeah.
shit. I think Skyfall. Then it's
three.
Spectre, and then it's the newest one.
Yeah.
But I feel like Remy
Malek.
Remy Malek, right? He like I don't want to say I think that role suits him, kind of like a high strung weirdo, I guess.
Yeah,
You know what
I
I
don't
mean?
think you're wrong.
Yeah.
Which I feel like he kind of plays in the Bond movie a little bit too, like a sort of a just a weird
Yeah,
dude.
trying to take over the world. Same
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. Yeah, you're right. Same role.
But yeah, no, that's on HBO now. I would go check it out. I really would because, like I said, I don't get the hate. Even I think both of you guys both just presented me with little tidbits that I could say, okay, I get why somebody wouldn't like that and would take some points off. But like I said, for these scores to be as low as they are, I just
I
don't
know,
get
5
it, man.
point something like
I do not get it.
58% Rotten Tomatoes. It's weird, or maybe even less. I think it was like 30 something. I don't know.
I thought it was really good. But we have there's a new movie that just came out on HBO today that everyone's been talking all about. It's with Colin Farrell, and then plays Mad Eye Moody in Harry Potter. He's in a bunch of things. Brandon Gleeson. I can't think of the name of it, but it's getting a lot of nominations for a lot of awards. Like actually, Luke was just mentioning Best Actor for Colin Farrell, Best Supporting Actor.
This Banshees of
Yeah.
Banshees of
Erishman or something like that.
yeah, Inisherin.
Ershman.
Yeah.
That's
Inisherin.
one that I'm probably going to send out, especially to you, Luke, because you're now pretty much a part of the regular scheduling programming.
All right.
You know that we might come in to 2023 with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it looks good. I love this. Yeah, like you said, Brendan Gleeson, you got that right. And then that guy Barry Keoghan or Keoghan, I don't know how to say
Was
his
he another
name.
one that was nominated?
He's in the cast.
Oh, all right. I know it got two male. So Colin Farrell is nominated for best support, for best lead actor. Then Gleeson and a second guy were both nominated for best supporting actor, and they also had a woman for best supporting actress. They had 4 different actresses nominated.
Oh yeah.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive. But people are liking it a lot. It's on HBO now, so I'm looking forward to checking that out. Avatar 2, Way of Water. I think we're going to be checking that out. But I think those are just a couple things that I would recommend the audience maybe goes ahead and tries to check out ahead of our next episode.
Yeah, and buff up on your Christmas stuff.
That's right.
Oh, I love Christmas movies.
I think so. You're a big Christmas guy?
Yeah, I love Christmas.
Oh,
Christmas is my
man.
favorite holiday, 100%.
I wish I would have known that.
Nah, it's all right.
Be able to ask you before I asked our new guy to come pop in.
When are you gonna reveal the guests at the end here, or just he's gonna show up?
Nah, he'll just show up.
What's your guys' last thing? Number one Christmas movie, top of the list for you?
Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
Christmas Vacation.
Luke.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I think I answered that last time, but I'm gonna have to probably change it. I don't know. There's nothing that I'm really like passionate about. There's no like epic Christmas movie, but I love Elf.
Yeah, Elf's definitely.
I really like The Grinch. I think is a solid one. The
Jim Carrey one?
Carrey, Ron Howard.
I don't even think I've seen that all the way through. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I know probably like every line of that one.
Yeah.
Saw that one in theaters as a kid, and then like I've seen it 100 times.
Honestly, it's funny almost with age, I think, to be honest. I think it's less of a kid's movie and almost more for
More of an
adults, to be
adult movie.
totally honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
a lot of the jokes, you like realize that there's a second hand to all of the jokes. It's like, hang on.
It's like a little SpongeBob episode.
Yeah, actually, it is. There's
Yeah.
a lot of that in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I can legitimately I can quote almost the entire Christmas Vacation movie.
Yeah, it was on last night. I think I threw it on for a little bit.
It's
a great one.
It's impossible to match. I've seen it. My parents stopped watching that movie in like July, bro. I've seen that movie so many times.
I love it.
I think that's going to wrap it up for us as far as Amsterdam and tonight's show, I believe. Yeah. Anything else for Amsterdam or anything like that?
That's all I got.
That's all I got.
That's going to wrap it up for us here tonight, episode 18. We will be back here with you guys next week for our very special Christmas episode, which I'm very excited for. That should be a good time. So if any of you guys caught our Halloween episode, I would say be on the lookout for something like that. If you enjoyed that one, this one's going to be right up your alley. So I'm very excited for that. That'll be coming to you guys, like I said, hopefully next Friday, as long as, like I said, as long as that works with Luke and our other guest. But plan for next Friday. As always, thank you guys for watching. I ask that you please share the show around to your friends. Just try to get the word out. You know what I mean? That's where we need the most help. Consider it a Christmas gift to me. Subscribe to the channels, especially the YouTube page, because as soon as you subscribe to that YouTube page, you're instantly entered into our giveaway contest. You can win a nice little $40 AMC gift card. But leave a comment, leave a review. All of that stuff helps. Thank you for tuning in as always, though. Thank you to Mr. Luke Kleinen on the ones and twos. Couldn't do a show without you, bud. Like I said, my partner in crime as of late.
Of course.
So many episodes lately, buddy. Banging them out.
I love it, man. It's a good time.
I know, and I appreciate, you texting me all week long. You got ideas, this, that.
He's got the notes over there, too.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate it. I love that there's some, Luke is taking a real interest in it. It really genuinely does mean a lot to me, and I like that he loves it. So it's
Of course,
awesome.
man. I'm surprised. I thought I would, it stressed me out or something. And I definitely was stressed out the first few times, but now I'm just enjoying it.
Just a little
It's a good
nerves,
time.
baby. Just a little nerves.
Oh, yeah.
I was nervous as shit the first few times I walked into Mike Harris. Granted, it's because he's a fucking psychopath, and I thought he was going to fucking cut my head off if I did anything wrong. But
Well, yeah, you're not wrong there.
a lot more lenient to you. Yeah, exactly. If you screw up here, don't worry about it. I'm almost expecting people to screw up. I'm shocked that we haven't yet.
I'm sure some of these technical difficulties were not helped by my low level of skill
I
here.
don't think that you had anything to do with that. I think we're just having some funky issues, but... to our co-host this evening, Mr. Ledoux, thanks for coming, bud. It was good to
be
have
back.
you. Yeah,
It's good to be here.
And we're
Smash
gonna,
that like button, hit subscribe, baby.
That's
You
right.
know what to do.
That's right. But we're gonna set up more shows in the future. Do some more classic
Absolutely.
rewinds.
Oh, I'd love to.
Last of Us, January. Mandalorian,
Looking forward to
February.
it.
You can get in on the recaps. But that is going to do it for us here this evening. Thank you guys for all tuning in, and we will see you guys next week for a very special Christmas episode. Good night.